All right, y'all. Oh, we back at it. We back at it. Come on in here. Come on in here. Hit that like button in here. Oh, let me get this photo up. Y'all, we got a photo. I gotta show y'all a photo. Where is it? Oh, Tucker. I always said, you should you should take it easy, but I guess he gotta learn the hard way. Oh, y'all, shut up. Out to no reply. Y'all, no reply gives me the good photos. Tucker, this is how you look and sound every time I hear you speak. Methy Mouse. Y'all, welcome. Welcome, Methy Mouse. Oh, oh, man. Tucker Carlson, Crack is wick. Okay? Crack is wick. I gotta say this on X. Y'all said hello to Tucker, so he doesn't feel bad. Come on in here and say hello, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Oh man. Oh, why you all come on in and get situated? Say hi to Tucker. He wants to feel special today. Oh, good Lord. Candace, you got a letter from an op-ed where they telling the Catholic Church they need to kick your behind out. You up here pissing everybody off. I'm like, this girl has no shame at all. I don't think Candace would care either. Candace, we're gonna start off with this letter. Just as FYI, Candace would not care, you all, if she got kicked out of church. Y'all, this is Tucker Carlson. He's the new Mickey Mouse. Hit the like button coming in. Hit that like button coming in, y'all. Y'all say hello to Tucker. We gotta take it down, Tucker. We gotta get started. We gotta get this started. Tuesday, what's going on? All right, y'all, let's get to this. Let's get over to X. Because Candace Owens must be excommunicated for the sake of her soul. Oh, God. All right, never mind for the sake of everybody else's headaches. Candace is simultaneously giving the world a migraine. Girl. So this is by Simone Rizkala, op-ed contributor, Saturday, February 28th, 2026. How long this been up? How did I miss this? Yeah, I'm zooming in so we can see this a lot more clear. They said Candace must be excommunicated. Who is her priest? Candace don't talk about her church or anything. What's going on, Kapia? How you doing? They want to kick Candace out of Catholic church, y'all. For her soul, for the sake of her soul. Candace don't even like going to confession. I don't even know why she would even feel offended by this. She might look, she might just do them a favor and say, fine, I won't even go back. I've been waiting on this. It's like, I don't think this matters to her. She said herself, my husband has to drag me to confession. I didn't even want to go. Like, girl, stop lying to people like you actually read the Bible when you don't. Y'all, we're gonna get into this. Y'all hit the like button. Let me know if you all can hit the 4, if you can hear, if you can see, because we about to check this out. So it says here, Candace Owens must be excommunicated for the sake of her soul. I do not write these words lightly. To call for the excommunication of a fellow Catholic is not rhetorical theater. It is not partisan strategy. It is not personal grievance. It is, if it is anything at all, an act of trembling seriousness. And yet Candace Owens must be excommunicated. Excommunication in the Catholic Church is not spiritual exile. It is a severe mercy. It is medicinal. Its purpose is not humiliation, but repentance. It is meant to awaken a soul and to protect the faithful when grave public distortion of the faith places others in danger. Candace Owens is not merely a political commentator who happens to be Catholic. She has become one of the most influential voices shaping Gen Z Catholics in America. Her reach is vast. Her words travel faster than bishops' letters. For many young Catholics who feel disoriented by cultural chaos and ecclesial confusion, she appears strong, decisive, unafraid. But influence carries proportionate responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. It's something we all are familiar with. We've heard Spider-Man say it many, many a times. Candace, when you're the spawn of Satan, it's kind of hard to say if you're influencing somebody for good. The fact that she doesn't care about what the Bible says, I think should be enough here. I mean, that's one paragraph for me. Candace refuses to read the word of God or follow it. The end. Why is she here? That's it. That's a whole letter for me. But I guess they're trying to be nice about it. So y'all come on in, hit that like button. Hit the 4 if you can hear, if you can see. Want to make sure we're reading this letter. Then we're going to catch it in some content. Oh, Lord have mercy. When the influence is wrapped in Catholic identity, while gravely misrepresenting Catholic teaching, particularly in ways that contradict the church's explicit moral and doctrinal commitments, the damage is not merely political, it is ecclesial and spiritual. The decisive issue is not that she holds controversial views. Catholics may disagree about prudential policy questions. The decisive issue is that she speaks as though she represents authentic Catholic teaching while publicly distorting what the church actually teaches. The church does not outsource doctrine to social media influencers, especially not to someone so recently received into the church who now speaks as though she possesses the authority of those entrusted with guarding the apostolic faith. Ooh, apostolic faith, I'm sorry. Candace, they're saying you don't speak for them. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm just zooming in here. Hold on a second. Under the code of canon law. Is that a thing? Canon law? Let's go. Stop, Scorpio. How you doing? ESG Candace should stay Christian because it's Catholic. She's not passing purgatory. she said she wouldn't. I guess she wouldn't mind going. She keep talking about Charlie down there. Like, girl, don't put that nonsense on him. I don't know why she just won't leave him out of her nonsense and buffoonery. Oh, Candace. All right. So it says here, canon law is obstinate public distortion of teachings that require assent can constitute grave matter, especially when it causes scandal. I want to make sure I read this correctly. Under the code of canon law, obstinate public distortion of teachings that require assent can constitute. Okay. When a Catholic with global reach repeatedly frames her interpretations as faithful Catholicism, so she's weaponizing, the Catholic faith to kind of fit into the buffoonery that she's doing with, her halfway about to get sued by Erica Kirk at TPUSA, being inflammatory, defamatory, going after widows. Like, she's completely ignoring the word of God. And then she's trying to say, well, Charlie Kirk was too smart to be a Protestant. It's like, come on, they don't say that. Catholics don't say stuff like that. Like, that's what the whole point is here. But she thinks she's speaking on behalf of all of us here, and she's not. So I get what they're saying. All right. So when a Catholic with global reach repeatedly frames her interpretations as faithful Catholicism while contradicting authoritative teaching, the matter ceases to be political commentary. It becomes doctrinal confusion on a mass scale. We have seen bishops act decisively when clarity was required. In 2010, Bishop Thomas Olmsted declared that St. Joseph's Hospital and Medical Center could no longer be called Catholic after administrators authorized a direct abortion in contradiction to church teaching. Sister Margaret McBride incurred automatic excommunication for her cooperation in that act. Bishop Olmsted's intervention was controversial, painful, and widely debated. But he acted because the integrity of Catholic teaching and the salvation of souls required unmistakable clarity. His decision was not an act of vengeance, but an exercise of pastoral governance. I'm sorry. That example matters. The church disciplines her own when public contradiction of core teaching creates scandal and confusion among the faithful. The purpose is not to punish, but to delineate the boundaries of authentic Catholic witness. Candace Owens commands enormous digital authority when she speaks about Jews and Judaism in ways that contradict the church's magisterial commitments. Many young Catholics assume they are hearing legitimate Catholic teaching because she's not a Catholic teacher. She hasn't studied a dang on thing, and she definitely does not care about the Bible. I think we can all agree to that. That girl does not care what the Bible says. It's like a prosperity teacher. She's like those prosperity preachers in Christianity. Yeah, like a televangelist. Candace is just like a televangelist. You know, just might as well just say money, 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 money. Hey, money, 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 money. And then just go into like a dance or something. Yeah, that's all she's doing. Collect the money. Y'all buy my merch. Oh, join my book club, which costs money. And let me keep attacking and defaming others. And then I'm going to do it as a Catholic. You know, because Charlie Kirk was too smart to be Protestant. You know, when have you heard Catholics just go around just, you know, nowadays on TV just calling people who are Protestants stupid? Come on now. So when polemic is presented as orthodoxy, am I saying this right? Polemic is presented as orthodoxy. Um, the faithful are misled. The bishops are the authentic teachers of the flock, not viral personalities. Oh, Lord have mercy. Or demon, you know, whatever. This is not about suppressing disagreement. It is about protecting the integrity of the church's teaching authority and preventing a scandal. I wish young people spent as much time reading sacred scripture as they do consuming social media clips. Thank you. This right here is the whole premise of this letter. The fact that Candace does not read is problematic. And when she doesn't read scripture, it's even worse. That's my whole point I've been making. I wish young people spent as much time reading sacred scripture as they do consuming social media clips. Candace, you don't even read the Bible. This girl cannot quote a scripture to save her life. Like if you send her, like say, hey, can you quote us that scripture you're talking about that you claim is in the Bible? Since she likes to refer to her platform as God's platform. Based on what scripture in the Bible? Candace, quote one scripture in the Bible without having to look it up. Just because, you know, you should be hiding the word of God in your heart. Some of these scriptures you should have memorized. You talk about everything else and you remember what you want to remember. I had to remember scriptures growing up. This girl can't quote a book of the Bible. Can't make this up. So we all know she doesn't read the Bible. Never heard her pray. None of that. A generation hungry for truth is being formed more by algorithms than by the word of God. Amen. Because Candace and the Candace, they don't care that they come into the chat every time I go live and remind me that she's not number one podcaster. You know that rating comes with statistics, and numbers based on clicks, likes, views, subs. So when you come in talking about how she's number one, you're confirming my allegation against her that she's only doing this for money and views and likes and clicks and subs. She doesn't care about the truth at all or reading a Bible. She only cares about making money. Telling a lie is more lucrative for Candace Owens than reading a scripture. Let that sink in. Telling a lie is more lucrative for Candace Owens than her quoting one scripture. Just one. With the book of the Bible, the chapter and the verse, Candace. You dumb heathen. Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna say exactly what I want to say. I'm on one today. Candace, you know you're a heathen. Do not make me go back to the videos and the photos of you and your girlfriend. So you want to sit here and talk about how this is God's platform while you lie. And the Bible says, thou shalt not lie. I mean, she lies like hell. She doesn't even care. Hell is hot and she's still lying. But she makes more money lying than she does quoting scripture. That's why she does it. In her world, reading the Bible is boring. That's how Candace sees the Bible. It's boring. She's not going to read that. She'd rather read about Sigmund Freud. You know, somebody that fantasized over being with his mother. But she won't have an actual Bible study in her book club. Nope. Too much not right. Why would she do that? Her cult members aren't there for that. They want her to keep lying to them and going after Erica Kirk and attack. They could care less about this stuff. So, Candace, you shouldn't feel any type of way if they kick you out of their church. If they kick you out and you get excommunicated, go home. Take it to the house. Don't get mad. They should just unleash fury on all of, Catholicism and talk about how people are too stupid, to be Catholics now. You know, you need to become something else. All right, what's next, Muslim? I mean, what's going to be the next big thing for you, Candace? No, it's going to be Scientology. I already called it. Candace has just become a Scientologist and be done with it. Because I don't believe they believe anything, right? Scientologists don't believe nothing. So they don't even believe in like God or anything like that. So she'll be a Scientologist and kick rocks. That's it. She's not gonna go full blown atheist, but she'll be a Scientologist. Her and John Mappin to make that happen. this girl ain't Catholic at all or Christian. Oh, as you said, the grift is real, y'all. Candace went from liberal to conservative, from Christian to Catholic. The grift is real with this girl. Oh yeah, she's gonna be Scientologist next, because then people be like, "What? She gonna go straight into that cult? Unbelievable! Cult leader going into a cult." David Miscavige, Candace Owens is all yours. Yours and John Mappins. Y'all can have her. Send her to Russia. That's where she want to live. Can't make this up. Ugh. So let's get back to this. Oh, how you doing? Brian, how you doing, honey? Oh man. Candace, yes, she made over Joshua Carr is gonna be here Tuesday. You all. I don't know if you all saw the announcement. Joshua Carr will be here in the LLC on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is going to be fantastic. And he's gone over his last video he did about the investigatory series on Candace. She earned about $59 million, and that's the low end, in 6 months for lying like hell on Charlie Kirk. I think it was Joshua. It was Joshua Carr. Shout out to Joshua Carr. How you doing, Diane? What's going on? Yes, Firehouse Francisca. All the people up in here, Monica says she's get offended when people quote scripture to her. What real Christians would respond that way? A demon. She says she can hear demons squeal. That is a whole demon. So let's get back to finish this up. This is exactly what I've been saying. Candace does not read the Bible. She doesn't have an actual passion or hunger for the word of God at all. She only cares about the algorithm, views, clicks, likes, subs, and making money. That's it. If public distortion persists and if correction is refused, then discipline may become an act of charity. Excommunication would not declare her beyond hope. It will clarify that her platform does not speak for the church, because it doesn't. It would mark a boundary between Catholic doctrine and personal polemic. I hope I'm saying that term right. It will be for her soul as well. And they can just also admit that they will be spared the embarrassment. To wield. Hold on. There we go. I want to make sure this is big enough so y'all can see. To wield extraordinary influence while gravely misrepresenting the faith places one in real spiritual peril. Our Lord did not mince words about the danger of leading others astray. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it will be better for him to have a great milestone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depth of the sea. Matthew 18:6. Candace, you cannot quote that scripture to prove a point to me because I already know you're watching and that's the only one you're reading. You got to find another. She don't read the Bible, y'all. Bishop Olmsted acted because clarity was necessary. If a diocesan bishop were to determine that canonical thresholds, am I saying this right? Canonical thresholds have been met in this case after dialogue, warning, and pastoral effort, he will not be acting out of politics. He will be exercising his duty as shepherd. Y'all, this is something else. When Candace is in front of God and ready to be judged, the first words out of his mouth are going to be Candace, Candace, Candace. Where do I begin? Oh, Candace. Are you talking about Joshua Carr, Brown Eyed Girl? I don't remember which channel, but they said based on sponsors and donations, Candace. I think you're talking about Joshua Carr. Let me know if I'm quoting that right. Yeah. As far as say, yeah, she claims being Catholic, and people look at her as a representation of Catholicism, and she is not. Exactly. And she always tries to be the voice of everything. Like she wants to be the voice of all conservatives, the voice of all Republicans, the voice of all black women, the voice of all mothers, the voice of all Catholics. Like, no, girl, you ain't God. You don't sit your behind down, kick rocks. No, you don't speak for everybody. You just don't, Candace. And you're gonna learn it the hard way. Now, when you go to court, your attorney is gonna be speaking for you. Let's see what you have to say then when it comes to the judge asking you, why did you say this and do that again? I'm curious to know how that's gonna go. I would love to know how's this defense gonna go for you. And since she likes to try to speak on behalf of everybody else, okay. You see how she tries to defend herself. Candace thinks that if I just throw out some dumb excuse, I expect people to stop talking about it, leave it alone, and then I'm gonna keep moving on. No. And then when people don't, then she's like, well, why you all are getting in an upheaval about it? Like with the Miss Snow thing. She tried to pivot away from Miss Snow and then had all her little flunkies sitting here talking about, well, we're not married to this guy, but she brought him out and then harped on him, set up a whole save GoFundMe thing. He's still out here, said he would be out here just doing interviews all over the place. Did she pay that other girl to sit here and do an interview of this clown? No one cares what he has to say. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. But Candace said the same thing with Miss Snow and tried to pivot out of it and got mad at the entire internet for talking about it. It's like, well, you brought him up. No one told you to bring this dumb crap up. You got overwhelming evidence to prove Erica Kirk may have been involved in her husband's assassination, but you don't give it over to a prosecutor or a detective or the police. That means you have nothing. And Project Constitution with his dumb ass, she will never see a day in prison. What do you mean? You're accusing her of a crime. But what she wants people to do is to just pivot away from it and ignore it. That's not how it works, Candace. Especially when it comes to somebody's faith. You don't get to just say what you want, pivot away from it, and then expect everybody else to ignore it. Nope. They want you to get the hell on. They're telling you to kick rocks in the nicest way possible. For your sake, go sit down somewhere. That's what they're saying here. Go sit your behind down. So it says here, after dialogue, warning, and pastoral effort, he would not be acting out of politics. he will be exercising his duty as shepherd. The alternative is more corrosive. A generation of Gen Z Catholics increasingly unsure who speaks with authority in the church, increasingly formed by charismatic personalities rather than apostolic teaching, increasingly equating outrage with fidelity. As St. Paul exhorts us, we are called to be speaking the truth in love. Ephesians 4:15. And as Pope Benedict the 16th wrote in Caritas in Veritate, without truth, charity degenerates into sentimentality. Oh my God, I can't talk today, y'all. Sometimes love requires courage. Not the courage of spectacle, but the courage to guard the flock and to call even the powerful to repentance for the sake of their souls and ours. Simone Riscala helped launch the Coalition of Catholics Against Anti-Semitism, CCAA, in October 2023, which now advances its mission at the Institute of Religion and Democracy. Coalition is committed to rejecting anti-Semitism, strengthening Catholic Jewish solidarity, and building bridges of solidarity with persecuted communities everywhere. A first-generation American of Egyptian Armenian descent, she is a Catholic educator, speaker, writer, and host of Beyond Rome podcast. She holds a graduate degree in theological studies with an emphasis in systemic theology from Christendom College. There you go. Candace. They tired of you wreaking hell on everybody. It's bottom line. They sick of it. They was like, that's enough. Shout out to Woofy, y'all. He's awesome. Let me retweet this. Woofy made sure he posts this up. They sick of it. Then we have this here. Y'all, who is Nicole Arbor? I have never heard of her at all. I'll just be honest.
The very true story about
what's happening here. Y'all know? Can y'all tell me what's going on with this? Who is Jelly Roll? Ooh, child. Sorry about that, y'all. Some of them words I just, I stumbled over, but hopefully you all understand. It's over there on X. Shout out to Woofy for posting that up. Does anybody know who this young lady is? I was tagged in on this. She is the other victim, Candace Owens attack. Oh my God. Candace, people coming out in the woodworks having to defend themselves against you. You dumb demon. Can't make this up. This girl had to come out here and defend herself. Hold on, let me go to the post to see what's happening. It says exposing Jelly Roll to Jelly Files, episode 1, clickbait crooks and Candace Owens. Oh, look at it, Kimberly Classic. I tried to reach out to her. I actually reached out to her, asked her if she would like to interview here. I don't even think I ever got a response. I would love for her to come up here to the LLC. Kimberly Classic. Oh man. She let Candace have it every single time. Oh, Candace, you can kiss all our ass, girl. All right, y'all, let's check this out. Because I have no idea what's happening. I want to see it. All right. So put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear. Let's go.
How 3-time Grammy-winning Christian country darling of Nashville, Jelly Roll, threatened, stalked me, and planned to kill me, all over some YouTube clickbait rumors that turned out to not be true.
You did stand-up comedy in Toronto with Nicole. Really?
The thing that I learned is if you won't play their game, they'll take you out of it. It's tea time. I can't even believe this is a thing I have to do, but yeah. Today we finally talk about the cosplay Christian Jelly Roll and why him and his wife offered me a hush money deal. that I declined. It is wild to me that I'm
Hold
doing
on,
a lot
hold
of
on,
cool things. After a car accident left me in extreme chronic pain and disabled
Ooh.
for the better part of 8 years, being disabled wasn't my favorite thing. The government bestowed upon me a disability certificate for life and said that I would never get better. Then I rebelled like a mother trucker and helped develop a chronic pain solution myself. And my pain programs actually got me an award from the Chronic Pain Foundation and the Fibromyalgia Association. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. While I was just coming out of being disabled, I got a call from a producer I used to work with on one of the TV shows I was on. I was recruited to be a YouTuber, and I didn't know what a YouTuber was. They're like, think of your stand up straight to camera. And I was like, okay. I thought it was a freaking blessing. And it was. I've gotten over 3 billion views on my comedy videos. I received an honorary star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for special achievement in social media. I was one of the original Facebook creators, and I've gotten to speak on panels on behalf of YouTube and Google. I stopped counting how many times I've gone viral at 80 videos. I think we're at about 120-ish now would be my guess.
What?
I'm pretty good at it, which is why
I've
brands hire
never
me to
heard
help
of
make their
her.
products viral. And because of that, I've got to speak on some of the biggest business conference stages in the world. Keynote speeches, let's go. I'm also a recording artist, and over the years, I've got to do super cool things like giant events in Las Vegas. I performed at VidCon. I threw the world's biggest champagne shower. I got to perform at the Royal Palace. That was a thing. I had no idea that with all
She's
the
a rapper?
positives and amazing things.
Wait, is she rap or sing? I have never heard of her at all. What's going on? I've never heard of this girl. What's going on with her and Candace? Candace and Kim have been fighting on C. It was hilarious. Kim said, I can pronounce anecdote. She's not a good person either. She lied to sue many men she's dated. I don't listen. I have no interest in her relationships. I don't like her sitting here. Like, can we get to the Candace part? I'm gonna just get to the Candace part. What? Okay, what happened? I don't care what happened to her and Jelly. I have no idea who Jelly Roll is, anything like that. What did she talk about? Can I get a time step when she started talking about Candace? Because I honestly, I'm not interested in her anything with Jelly Roll. How did she come across Candace?
Horrific things to women. And then those men would repost them. She's and I'm in America illegally. That's when I heard from Andrew Bayless, who was a producer I was working with at the time. We did the song Biddy Bum together, and then he was going to produce the rest of my rock album. Turns out Jelly Roll had given him a call, and he's not allowed to work with me anymore. We want to be able to show him this is serious. This isn't some YouTuber drama. So I didn't say a word, and they just kept pummeling me with fake thing after fake thing after fake thing. And the more scared they thought I was, the more they would go again. That's about the time that Bunny told her audience she refuses to air the episode with me on account of the fake charges. Her and her friends posted about me up to 600 times a day.
Oh my God.
Couldn't talk, violent visions. I could see people like coming to go to court. The police had to be called and escort me to court because Jelly Roll had his gangbanger friends outside.
Oh my God.
Here's some tea for you guys. Candace Owens was a big fan of mine and interviewed me on her show back on like PragerU.
So my next guest needs no introduction. You probably know her from the internet. She is a stand-up comedian. Nicole Arbor, welcome to the Candace Owens
so
Show.
she's a comedian. Who went on a comedic tour with her? Hey, Jay the Informer, how you doing? She's a Canadian comedian. Okay, good. Yeah, I found it. I care less about Jelly Roll. I don't know who he is. Child, never heard of her either. Candace can't get along with women. No, she can't. Candace can't get along with men either. Candace, how you work your foot? That's Nicole Arbor. Hey, Marcha, how you doing, honey? Poetry Princess, welcome back. She started off doing comedy, and then she branched out into so many things in the States. So she sings and dances. I saw her jumping around. She a rapper? I'm chilling. How you chilling? Shout out to you. Jelly Roll is a rapper guy. He's a rapper too. What? None of them are any good. Used to follow a guy she hung out with back in the day. What? Jelly Roll seems like. Are you talking about Jelly Roll? He's married, right? Did she say his wife? Yeah, I can't. I just can't. I can't do the Jelly Roll thing. I have no idea who that guy is, and it just seems like something I'm not interested in. We had to skip forward.
For having me. Do you know what I love about you?
Tell me.
Maybe I was in college. You'd make all these
Maybe.
dear this people videos and it went viral. You were kind of like the first internet breakout star. Then you did this horrible thing.
I know, I told the truth.
You told the truth.
Oh,
and
gosh.
the rule number one on the internet, if you want to survive, is to never tell the truth.
Wow, Candace. That's why you made $59 million in 6 months from lying like hell is hot. Y'all heard that? Number one rule on the internet, never tell the truth. Yeah. I already said, I think I did to just start lying. Like, yeah. Candace is an alien and she's purple. And she has missing teeth. From the looks of it. Based on how I'm visualizing this. Yeah, it looks like she has all her front teeth missing. What you're looking at is fossilized bone. It's come through her gums. It's really candy. It's alien candy coming out of her mouth. It's not teeth. How bad can this lie get? You can make $59 million lying like hell. Yo, what the hell? Oh, Jesus Christ. This girl just said, if you want to survive on the internet, you can never tell the truth. Y'all heard this, right? She made $59 million lying like hell is hot. Weaponizing the death of a man that we all saw get murdered all over national television, and we didn't need to keep seeing it over and over again. This girl obsesses over those videos. Looking at him getting shot and bleeding and all the stuff in the truck. Just all this horrible stuff. It's horrible. I like the alien story and the yeasty babies. Yeah. Oh, my good grief. I'm sitting here, boy, I'm going to come up with the Candace is not growing teeth out of her mouth. That is calcified heart and candy that comes from her bones, from her days as, being a student with Xavier School of Gifted Youngsters. She's really a mutant from X-Men from another planet. She says she's an alien. We're going with that. She's not black. She's purple. She's the descendant of Barney the dinosaur. She refuses to admit it. Now she's stuck with a 10-year yeast infection that won't stop itching and is procreating. It's also purple, and his name is Grimace. Oh, man, that lines up, y'all. I like that one. This girl said you got to lie like hell if you want to survive on the internet.
Viral. You were kind of like the first internet breakout star. Then you did this horrible thing.
I know, I told the truth.
You told the truth.
Oh,
and
gosh.
the rule number one on the internet, if you want to survive, is to never tell the truth.
And then when she had her first book, she sent it to me and was like, "You're my inspiration." Wow. And she was like, "Nicole, how do you keep going viral? You just like say the opposite of what everybody thinks." I'm like, "No, I'm not just being a contrarian and saying like the opposite of what everybody thinks. I'm telling the truth." But she didn't seem too interested in the truth, that Candace Owens. I would have considered her like a work friend at the time. We had a bunch of conversations. I was helping her create her show. Her show was originally supposed to be like The View, but with people who aren't just like super liberal. So I was supposed to be one of those people. And at the last second, she was like, "Oh, Daily Wire decided that it's just going to be my show, but we're still going to have a panel and I want you to be like a regular guest on the panel." I was like, I'm there. I was on the first episode. My second episode, I was supposed to come on there and talk about cancel culture because I'm like, not about it. She was all like, "Cancel Chrissy Teigen." And I'm like, let the market decide. You don't have to cancel her. We could see her behavior and decide we don't want to buy anything. Candace's ego can't handle any pushback whatsoever on any topic.
You didn't know she was a narcissist? What's her name? Nicole? You didn't know Candace Owens is a narcissist? She's a narcissistic, demonic alien from another planet. Also, the descendant of Barney the dinosaur. That's why Yeasty is purple Grimace. Candace Crack is whack. Tell Tucker Carlson that as well. Y'all, this is Blurple. Blurple. Oh, Blurple. Candace, we got a new name for you. Blurple. Girl.
Candace had heard rumblings that Daily Wire was going to give me my own show. She didn't want any competition. So she wanted to take me out. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. So I'm on Candace's show and I'm clearly owning her on this debate.
We've all seen the movie Mean Girls. You cannot out-mean the Mean Girls. I don't like that you have used your audience to engage in cancel culture. Can we call people out? Yes.
You consider this as cancellation because I don't, when I'm
Put the hashtag cancel Chrissy. Yeah, it's the opposite of everything you say you stand for.
So she flips the show into a gotcha moment about women who falsely accuse men. And she starts rattling off the names of these violent stalkers who have restraining orders against them, who are just crazy people, whatever it is, and repeating all the lies that Bunny made up to a studio audience. I was like, I can't talk about this.
I think what you just did is disgusting. You just took something personal and private that I've talked to you about.
It's not private, it's all over the internet. What are you talking about? I'm sure that in the post she doesn't say that we didn't give.
This is crazy. What the hell? Oh, God, it's like a Mean Girl episode, and except it's stuck in high school. Y'all, I don't have to tip him for stuff like this. This is like an episode of Real Housewives where no one's a real housewife, and Candace is not even a real human. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord, have mercy. Y'all. Yes, he said this girl shouldn't be talking either. I don't even know who this girl is. When did their whole beef come back up? Because this seems very old. Like the episode she's showing is old. So what happened between these two recently for her to want to do a video right now about this? Because, I mean, you know, Candace, I'm going to talk about you all day. It's fun for me. I'm going to laugh at your ass. I'm going to call you out. I'm just curious as to, because I'm not saying that this girl should not be doing content, but I haven't heard of her. And this is, you know, like, what happened for her to come out and say, I'm going to do this video and call Candace out when she could have been doing this the whole time? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. What's going on? She had that shoulder pad look for a while now. Shoulder pad. She used to hang out with another rapper named Upchurch. She screwed him over, tried to sue him, but he had receipts. She raps in her videos sometimes. What? I don't know either, but it's wild what CO did. So who is she talking about when she's saying this footage was not aired? She was ready to put this out?
And repeating all the lies that Bunny made up to a studio audience.
Who's Bunny?
I was like, I can't talk about this.
I think what you just did is disgusting. You just took something personal and private that I've talked to you about.
It's not private, it's all over the internet. What are you talking about?
Something she talked to her about? So who the hell is Bunny? So this is a thing she told her about between her and Bunny? So Easter Bunny did something to Nicole, and Nicole told Candace, the last alien on Earth you want to... Blurp is not the person you should be gossiping to, okay? Don't gossip to Blurp. Blurp is not trustworthy. Blurp and Grimace, they will tell all your secrets, Candace. Okay, that's... Candace is not able to hold water, all right? It's astounding how she has not ratted out her whole family by now. Like, that's the one thing she keeps to herself, her relatives. And if people want to know what the hell her background is, she refused to talk about that. Candace, what's the name of that boyfriend you lived with for 6 months at 14 years old?
I'm sure that in the post she doesn't say that we didn't give her a platform.
Right, I will find a platform. Okay. Unfortunately, being a person in the spotlight, I've had some stalkers. And right now, some of those stalkers are just in them. I have a restraining order against those stalkers. Those stalkers are prohibited from talking about me further because they've done so many crazy things and made up so much stuff, which is why there's a restraining order.
Candace know what a restraining order is. Candace, are you this stupid? Candace, are you this dumb? It's like... why bring up something that involves a court order, a protection order, anything? What was the point of even bringing that up? Who the hell is Easter Bunny? God. Y'all, what are these people's real names? Oh, man. The Easter Bunny was stalking Nicole. Can you believe it? And then she got a restraining order. Candace brings this up. You know, like anyone needs to be scarred with the Easter Bunny stalking people. Now there's a restraining order. Why would she need to talk about that? Candace, we didn't need to know about the Easter Bunny stalking this girl. God.
Which is why they had to pull down other videos. They were using my name and they made things up. You bringing those up has nothing, the videos are not up. You doing this right now has nothing to do with the point, but everything to do with you. And you're being mad at me because I disagreed with you.
Yeah, I had already talked to Candace about this in private.
Oh my God.
She knew how terrified I was of this situation. These guys were psycho stalkers who said they weren't going to stop until I killed myself.
Wait. Easter Bunny is more than one person? Huh? We have Bunny, all we need is Kitty. Easter Bunny is more than one person? Is that a group? It's another rabbit hole. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all, who knows what's going on? Oh, dear Lord. Easter Bunny sounds like more than one person here. Ugh.
Or somebody else killed me. So much fun. This story's so much fun for me to tell. After the Daily Wire saw I do in fact have a restraining order against those guys, and they're not stupid people. And I told Jeremy, like, I am very scared. This is terrifying for me. You're not supposed to mention stalkers on a national TV show. What is wrong with you? The Daily Wire agrees not to air that part of the segment, but in exchange...
How long has this been? Why is she just not saying something? Girl, Nicole, why you ain't said nothing a long time ago? You got Easter Bunny stalking you, girl. I mean, you know, that kind of changes how we look at, you know, Easter baskets now, you know. Good grief. Why didn't you say something about this? Like, why is she just not saying something about this? Candace did this how long ago? Candace, you messy as hell, you dumb demon. Blurpy. Sometimes when people tell you things, blurp, it's okay to shut the hell up. We still waiting on you to tell us how old his boyfriend was you lived with at 14 for 6 months.
They're going to make it seem like I stormed off the show. Come on, Nicole, we need a hook. So to keep myself safe, I had to let them pretend in the edit that I had stormed off the show.
I'm talking about Nicole Arbor. There's a huge walk-off tonight. If you guys are Daily Wire members, you're going to see it. dailywire.com/subscribe. By the way.
Look at Blurpy. She looks just like an alien. Candace, this is so stupid of you. All that for that. If you want to be on Real Housewives or whatever, go be on the show. We all know she wanted to go to Hollywood. This is so dumb. This is so, boy, this is like childish as hell. Easter Bunny stalking people. This girl ain't said nothing until now. Blurpy is still an alien. You can't make this up.
The discount, if you're subscribing to Daily Wire, is Chrissy. I think I'm so funny. To get like 20% off or whatever if you're going to subscribe. Nicole Arbor did this huge walk-off after she created the entire drama. Girls need to support girls, and oh my God, go team, and oh my God,
huh?
Like we all need to just like be out there supporting each other. She does a massive walk-off tonight. We are going to have to just like piece it in, like basically a disclaimer to tell you guys she said some stuff that she wanted pulled out. And again, my personal perspective is because what she was saying were pathological lies, and it would have created trouble for her.
Okay, because you just had your exit, you said Kate, your sayonara, like, you know, we got to move on with the show.
Thing to say. Can you guys pause for a second?
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you. I don't have back surgery that's ready to go. It takes me a second. Sweet, thank you so much for having me on.
In real time.
Wow.
While I was on that show.
Candace. Cadence. Now y'all know not to go on her dumbass show. This is why she has a small team. Candace doesn't know how to act or, you know, hold information. That's why it's hard to believe that she has, you know, sources that she keeps to herself, because she's either making shit up or it's Joe Kent from the FBI. And she's feeding the candy asses fair slop either way. I'm rubbing that in until Kingdom Come. Blurpy, Grimace, Candace, you're an idiot. None of this is necessary. Period. You kicked her off because she told you, don't bring up stuff. Whether it's believed or not, the Easter Bunny got a restraining order from Nicole, whatever. I'm not even that interested to dig into that because I don't even know who all the Easter Bunny is. It sounds like more than one person. I still don't know who Jelly Roll is. I'm not even going to look him up. But if there is a restraining order, that's a court it's a court document. Why even go there? What was the purpose of that? It was so dumb. This is a dumb show, Candace. Your show was dumb.
Candace's manager, allegedly this is who did it, Candace's manager was filming and live streaming for my stalkers and giving them the footage of me in real time. Not only did she give this man who said they're going to kill me my exact location in real time and showed them what I was wearing so they can identify me easily, she gave them this footage of Candace shouting out these known violent to women men, stalkers. Those guys had it online in 30 seconds. Bunny was resharing it. They had a whole new storyline. Look, Candace got her. I had given my address to Daily Wire because they send a car service to bring you to the show. Someone from Candace's camp gave my address from that piece of paper directly to the stalker crew who had it online in about 5 minutes. So I had to move again. Now the show airs and people think I stormed out of Candace's show because I couldn't debate her, which that really pissed me off. That was the time I almost broke and was like, okay, I don't care about the judge. I don't care. I got to tell the truth here. This is insane. I tell the truth for a living. That's how I'm funny. That's what I do. And I couldn't talk. I couldn't say a thing. I had the lawyer messaging me being like, Nicole, don't do it. Nicole, don't do it. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. One day.
What? Hold on. What you signed, an NDA or something? I'm just saying, why she couldn't say something about this a long time ago? Candace be holding the phone and holding that camera up in her nose, honey, looking straight like an alien. Oh, Candace, Cadence. All this mess, and for what? Why was this necessary? She's social autopsy. She was social autopsy by Candace. Y'all, Candace tried to look like Kimberly Clay. Oh, she tried. Kimberly Classic is prettier than you, Candace. Candace, you dumb White Walker alien blurpy. What you will not ever be is Erica Kirk or Kimberly Classic. And George still does not care because you're not Charlie Puth either. Candace would have to morph into Charlie Puth in order to get George Farmer's attention. Otherwise, he's not staying your ass, girl. Oh, man. Candace was like E.T. It's unbelievable. Why not the blurpy? Yeah, it's the blurp. Oh, we got a new name for Candace. Blurp. Oh man, shout out to Angie. Yeah, Candace said you got to lie to survive on the internet, and she wonders why she's being sued. Cadence, blurpy. No one needs to lie to stay on the internet. Sometimes being brutally honest keeps you on the internet. You know, like how you reign from another planet. We're ready to send your ass back to wherever you came from. You just won't tell us where. So far, we got Russia. Can't make this up. Y'all, shout out to Angie. Came up with blurp. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all, this is something else.
Wire didn't let Candace do that to me on air. She went and did live streams. Good old Candy did too. Live streams about him too. And me filing fake rape charges against men. And now added.
What? Candace, you know court documents are real. So if she has a restraining order that was signed by a judge from a court of law, you could kick rocks and kiss her ass too. You can't make this up. You can't say it's fake if they're court documents. I saw she had something in her hand. Hold on. She had some papers or something from incident number. Ooh, child. Not that I really want to. What was it at? She showed an incident number. Something with the police or something. Hold on. Here it is. Where is it? Where is it? What? Oh God. It was more.
I wasn't getting like what
Hold on.
launch. Just
Yeah, oh my God. I'm not trying to watch this whole video. Hold on. I'm trying to show that incident. Here we go. She got pictures of people like sitting outside the window.
We're getting to that. Jelly Roll's violent criminal friends were waiting out front of my house starting
Look
at
at
like
this.
5 a.m.
Look at this. Candace, if she's got a court order, a restraining order, you can't say it was fake. You understand that this can be researched and looked up. You can search for a court order with her name on it as the petitioner. You have a docket number here. 20, is that 21? It's supposed to be a year. I don't know. It looks like a 21 OP-497. General Sessions, Civil Division, Richard R. Roker Clerk, Justice A. Birch Building. This is in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, April 21st, 2021. Courtroom 4B, 9:15 a.m. And then you got Citizens Information Notice. Y'all see the case number up here is that 210195465. Like, Candace, this stuff can be looked up in court, you dumbass. So what's fake about this? What's fake about this? I don't know this girl, but what I'm seeing is something that can be looked up and researched on file with the court, which is available to the public. So if there's a restraining order that was signed by this judge against Easter Bunny and whatever else, how is it Candace is saying that this is fake? This is a matter of reading. You know, something Candace does not do. Blurpy refuses to read to save her life. You know, words are hard for her. At least I can admit when I stumble over my words. Good grief. Candace won't even do the research on this, but she's got a team. Why can't they just pull up these photos, get the case numbers, and then pull up the restraining orders so that she's not out here accusing this girl of filing false complaints when we're looking at complaint numbers? That's on file with a court of law. You can't make this stuff up. Candace, you're a moron. You understand? You're an idiot. All right, let's go back.
Cole Arbor, there's a huge walk-off tonight. If you guys are Daily Wire members, you're going to see it. dailywire.com/subscribe. By the way, the discount if you're subscribing to Daily Wire is Chrissy. I think I'm so funny. To get like 20% off or whatever if you're going to subscribe. Nicole Arbor,
I think she went out the Easter Bunny, not Jelly Roll.
She created the entire drama. Girls need to support girls, and oh my God, go team, and oh my God, team. Like, we all need to just like be out there supporting each other. She does a massive walkout tonight. We are going to have to just like piece it in, like basically a disclaimer to tell you guys she said some stuff that she wanted pulled out. And again, my personal perspective is because what she was saying were pathological lies. And
Candace, you're a pathological liar. And you said you can hear demons squealing in your head. Demons. You know, evil creatures that you know you don't. I mean, hell. Just because your cousins are screaming out to you does not mean you have to tell us that. Oh, Blurpy. Blurpy. The only person that's lying is you. You literally said in order to survive on the internet, you have to lie. You cannot tell the truth.
It would have created trouble for her.
Okay, because you just had your exit, you said Paige or Sarnara, like, you know, we got
This is crazy.
Can you guys pause for a
Oh,
second?
yeah, fly like hell.
I have back surgery like a week ago. It takes me a second.
Sweet.
Thank you so much for having me on.
in real time while I was on that show.
God.
Candace's manager, allegedly this is who did it, Candace's manager was filming and live streaming for my stalkers and giving them the footage of me in real time. Not only did she give this men who said they're going to kill me my exact location in real time and showed them what I was wearing so they can identify me easily, she gave them this footage of Candace shouting out these known violent to women men, stalkers. Those guys had it online in 30 seconds. Bunny was resharing it. They had a whole new storyline. Look, Candace got her. I had given my address to Daily Wire because they send a car service to bring you to the show. Someone from Candace's camp gave my address from that piece of paper directly to the stalker crew, who had it online in about 5 minutes. So I had to move again. Now the show airs and people think I stormed out of Candace's show because I couldn't debate her, which that really pissed me off. That was the time I almost broke and was like, okay, I don't care about the judge. I don't care. I got to tell the truth here. This is insane. I tell the truth for a living. That's how I'm funny. That's what I do. And I couldn't talk. I couldn't say a thing. I had the lawyer messaging me being like, Nicole, don't do it. Nicole, don't do it. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. When Daily Wire didn't let Candace do that to me on air, she went and did live streams. Good old Candy-O did 2 live streams about him too. And me filing fake rape charges against men. And now added to the story was that the judge threw out the charges.
A lot of you guys...
Candace, you dumbass. How do you file fake charges? God. The documents that you're filing, if it's filed to the court, can be pulled. If it is determined that the charges are unsubstantiated due to lack of evidence, or that there is evidence that she intentionally filed false claims of an R word, that's a whole nother thing. How do you say fake charges? You understand you can't just go filing stuff to the court like that without getting caught and getting in trouble. How do you let someone file fake charges? I mean, the worst thing that can happen, she goes to court and says, Your Honor, I filed a real complaint. I got a restraining order. Maybe the R word is mentioned. I don't know. But the court documents would support that. So to say the fake charges means that there's no complaint on file with the court. Why would you accuse someone of not ever going to court to file something if she can prove that she did? So what will be fake about these charges again? Unsubstantiated is one thing. Provably false, intentionally being filed by somebody just to lie on someone, that's a whole nother thing. But to say, oh no, it doesn't exist at all when the court documents might be there, you can't make this up. She just says dumb things and has no idea what she's alleging. Or maybe she does and she just doesn't care because she knows she's lying either way. You know, that's how you survive the internet, according to Blurpy. Lying. Lying is how you survive the internet. Good grief. It's painful to hear someone say that. It's not correct, Candace. There's no logic to that.
I've been like kind of following, obviously, the whole back forth last week, the whole saga with Nicole Arbor. Very vocal and very passionately against women that false accuse men. First and foremost, because it smears them. And it's not a smear that just lasts a couple of days. It lasts their entire lifetimes. And, you know, there's not...
Candace, what the hell are you talking about?
Guy that can come up and just say, oh, well, you know, the charges were dropped, and people don't go, oh, but why were the charges ever there in the first place? The idea is to make men carry that for the rest of their lives. And women.
So you said this, and guess what? She gets harassed on the internet because you lied like hell, because you're an idiot. You have no idea what the expression fake charges even compute out to, because you don't think about what you say. You just speak. You know, it's that lack of brain thing. Boy, Yeasty is doing overtime right now. Candace. Just because you're itching and a burning and a scratching and a itching does not mean you take it out on everybody else. I told you, you're going to have to go and get you some prescription grade Monostat 7 to take care of that problem.
Women know that when they lie. And by the way, when a woman false accuses a guy, it doesn't just do a disservice to that man. It's a disservice to women everywhere.
Except I had never said I was raped, and there never were any charges. And the judge definitely didn't throw them out because none of that ever happened. But Candace now repeated.
Right, because, you know, if you file charges, Candace Blurpy, Cadence, Karen. Those are documents you can pull from a court. You moron. At some point, we're going to have to, Blexit your ass off of our planet, Candace Owens. You're going to have to get the hell up out of here. You're stirring up all of humanity for no reason at all. When you refuse to pick up a book and read. Or the Bible. I mean, go read the Bible. Yeah, maybe you should do a lot more of that. Read the Bible. Oh my God.
These lies to 10 million people. Outside of Candace being scared that I was going to get my own show on the Daily Wire and then she would be redundant, I was told that Bunny had paid one of those men who stalked and harassed me and posted about me constantly $10,000. I was told that Bunny paid Candace Owens $50,000 to take me out and destroy my career. She was allegedly told to destroy my reputation beyond repair. And when the Daily Wire wouldn't let her air that, she was super mad because she didn't get her extra payday. So she did it on live streams. And I thought that was really far-fetched until recently. A reporter sent me a video clip of one of Candace's live streams. And who do I see in there? It's Bunny cheering her on. This wasn't a scheduled live stream. This was an Out of the Blue live stream. That meant that Bunny knew exactly when she was going to do it to tune in.
Wait, Bunny is a girl? I thought Bunny was a boy. What are we doing? Did y'all know Bunny was a girl? They're like a girl in that that profile picture. Candace, you're taking money to defame people. Do you understand that this girl could sue you for alleging that she filed fake R-word charges when you don't have court documents to prove that, you dummy? So people were going in on her on social media because Candace is a big ass liar, a pathological liar at that. And she said she already has to do this to survive the internet because she's not smart enough to read the book or a Bible. And everyone's going in on her on that assumption as opposed to trying to find court documents to prove her wrong. So if no court documents exist, then that means she never filed any charges. Because even if you filed the charges and the judge throws it out, the court documents itself of the original complaint still exist on file. Why aren't people just doing that? Why don't people just go to the courthouse to see if there were any charges filed? Because Candace doesn't read. Words are hard for her. Candace, how do you pronounce B-E-R-E-T? Just, or bike. Spell bike. Can't make this up. All you have to do is verify if charges were filed with a court. And something so severe as R words would definitely have court documents. If she's saying, I never did that, then guess what? You will not find any court documents. But as opposed to Candace doing a little bit of homework here, Blurpy decides to just lie like hell on the internet because it's the only way she's going to survive it, because Cadence, Karen, is not smart enough to do anything else. Definitely read or research or report anything. Yet the candy gases want to sit here and continue to go out their way to believe that she actually has evidence to prove anything in life, when she could go to a courthouse and get court documents to see if someone filed R-word charges against somebody else. And she failed to do that. Candace, you're a complete idiot. And I enjoy saying that every other 6 minutes when I can, Blurpy. How's Grimace down there doing? Is it still itching and a burning? Candace is a moron. Good grief. All she had to do was get her little team to verify, okay, can we, before we say that she filed some fake, some charges, let's verify with the court. Nope. She just said the dumb shit. People believe it still to this very day, but they refused to get their asses up and go and see if there are actual charges on file with the court. Yeah, no. Because, stupidity is something else.
Reputation beyond repair.
Ooh,
and when the Daily Wire wouldn't let her air that, she was super mad because she didn't get her extra payday. So she did it on live streams. And I thought that was really far-fetched until recently. A reporter sent me a video clip of one of Candace's live streams. And who do I see in there? It's Bunny, cheering her on. This wasn't a
can't
scheduled
believe
live
Bunny. I
stream.
thought Bunny was
This
a
was an
dude.
Out of the Blue live stream. That meant that Bunny knew exactly when she was going to do it to tune in. So now Candace Owens is saying I filed fake rape charges and a judge threw them out.
Woke up the police. You don't know why it's happening. You know exactly what's happening. It's been 4 days of someone trying to get.
You know, you haven't even verified that with the court. What courthouse did she? What court did she file the charges with, Candace? What court? What court system is these so-called charges sitting with? You said a judge threw them out. What's the name of the judge? See, people not even asking those basic questions. What's the name of the judge, Candace? Give us the judge's name. What judge threw it out? That would be an order for dismissal in the court system, you know, because Candace is an idiot. She doesn't know how any of this stuff works or how that could be easily verified. This is priceless. Candace, what's the name of the courthouse and the name of the judge? And where is this order of dismissal? You understand that this also will come with like a court reporter, so that should be a transcript of the hearing. This girl will have notice of hearing for a court hearing as well. Nicole, she would have gotten a notice of a hearing at NOH. Candace, where is this documentation with the court? Anyone know the name of the courthouse and the judge? Because I can look it up. Candace, you know I will. You dumbass. Hit that like button. I would love to know the name of the judge that threw it out, Candace. Name that judge that threw out these charges. Because now you're lying on the courts. You still have people to this very day that believes this BS that Candace is saying, and they're not trying to vet it by asking simple questions such as, can you give us the name of the judge? Because we need to get this so-called dismissal that will be on file with the court. It'll have a docket number, a case number, and everything. Go figure. This will be on file with a court in Tennessee because I believe she lives in Tennessee. Maybe. I don't know I'm assuming. Based on what I saw from the document she showed earlier. So we'll check with a court in Tennessee. Candace, what's the name of the judge? You said the judge threw it out. You can't just say a judge threw it out. Which judge? Are we talking about circuit? County level, superior court? What type of court system are we talking about? Give us the name of the courthouse, Candace. Let me go back to this document and see if I can see on there. If she shows something. Because Candace, you saying a judge threw something out. So you lying on the judge. If the documents don't even exist, you lying on the judge and the court. Candace, you're going to get enough of lying on judges. You lie like hell, too. Y'all, I can't remember this timestamp. Hold on. There we go. Justice A.A. Birch Building, Nashville, Tennessee. General Session, Civil Division. That's for order of protection. Candace, you understand R-word charges is a criminal charge. So that would be a criminal matter. So it won't even be the same judge that she had to sign this order of protection. Because that's a civil. So Candace, what's the name of the judge? Because now you're talking about a criminal matter. Just for the fun of it all. I'm actually I'm gonna clip this because I want to know, Candace. I want to know. Are we is this the same courthouse? Because you said this judge threw it out. What judge? So if we look at this courthouse and we're gonna find a criminal court judge that threw out something regarding the code, is what you saying, Candace? Is that what you're telling me? Because you know she's an idiot. She has no idea how this stuff works. Candace has no idea. That's why she just lies and says dumb things, and then her, the candy asses never ever ask her what's the name of the judge, Candace? This is a criminal matter. You're saying a judge dismissed a criminal charge that would have came with a jury. That's not something judge is not going to just look at this and say, oh, unless there's no evidence, but there will still be evidence of the charge itself on file. There should be evidence of a hearing. What date did this hearing occur, Candace? You know, these questions like this, she'll never answer because she's lying her ass off. Ah, if only the judge would find out that Candace has lied this bad. We got to figure out who the judge is first.
Known violent to women men, stalkers. Those guys had it online in 30 seconds. Bunny was service.
I was trying to get past.
I got to tell the truth here. This is insane. I tell the truth for a living. Him too. And me filing fake rape charges against men. And now added to the story was that the judge threw out the charges.
A lot of you guys have been like kind of following, obviously, the whole back and forth last week with the whole saga with Nicole Arbor. Very vocal and very passionately against women that false accuse men. First and foremost, because it smears them. And it's not a smear that just lasts a couple of days. It lasts their entire lifetimes. And, you know, there's not a guy that can come up and just say, oh, well, you know, the charges were dropped and people don't go.
Yeah, and these dumbass people never asked Candace, can you name, what's the name of the judge so we can pull these court documents? What's the name of the judge? I want to know the name of the judge that threw out these so-called criminal charges of the R word. Where somehow the judge was able to throw out the charge, but it wasn't heard before a jury. Because a criminal matter has a jury trial. I want to know what's this case number?
Oh, but why were the charges?
You think Candace will be able to pull this, right?
Is to make men carry that for the rest of their lives, and women know that when they lie. And by the way, when a woman false accuses a guy, it doesn't just do a disservice to that man; it does a disservice to women everywhere.
Except I had never said I was raped, and there never were any charges, and a judge definitely didn't throw them out because none of that ever happened.
Because all of this would be documented in a court of law. And it is a criminal matter. That will warrant a whole criminal hearing. You would have a jury. She would have the right to an attorney as a victim. She wouldn't even be the defendant or the petitioner. It would be the state bringing the charges against the defendant. You know, the prosecutor. What the hell? Candace accuses people of trafficking kids. And yet, she wants to sit here and talk about, once again, how dare you victimize somebody when she can't tell us the case number for these charges. You know, these very criminal charges. So we can pull the court documents. Because I would love to see how a judge dismissed these criminal charges like this without a trial of a jury. Y'all, this is ridiculous. The dumb lie that Candace is telling, not just on this girl, on a court system, where even if a jury trial does not convict someone of an R-word charge, which is a criminal matter, there will still be court documents of everything leading up to that, including some verdict of not guilty. The judge isn't just going to just dismiss it. That's not how that works in a criminal court of law. She is an idiot.
Candace now repeated these lies to 10 million people. Outside of Candace being scared that I was going to get my own show on the Daily Wire and then she would be redundant, I was told that Bunny had paid one of those men who stalked and harassed me and posted about me constantly $10,000. I was told that Bunny paid Candace Owens $50,000 to take me out and destroy my career. She was allegedly told to destroy my reputation beyond repair. And when the Daily Wire wouldn't let her air that, she was super mad because she didn't get her extra payday. So she did it on live streams. And I thought that was really far-fetched until recently. A reporter sent me a video clip of one of Candace's live streams. And who do I see in there? It's Bunny cheering her on. This was a scheduled live stream. This was an out of the blue live stream. That meant that Bunny knew exactly when she was going to do it to tune in.
Hey,
so now Candace Owens is saying I filed fake rape charges and a judge threw them out.
Woke up the police. You don't know why it's happening. You know exactly what's happening. There's been 4 days of someone trying to get their wallet back. At that point, of course, the police officers tell you it's legally considered stolen. And when a woman starts using language like my life is going to be in danger.
Hold on. You said, hold on, wait, hold on. Nicole, what is it? What's the case number? Nicole Abers. Is that her name? Arbor. Her last name Arbor? I see you said Nicole Abers. Is that the same one? What's the case number? Because, like I said, I will pull the court documents. I sure damn will. That's a criminal matter. You got Nicole Abers. Her name is Arbor. Can you see the case number? Carolina. Can you give me the case number? Because what she's saying with R word charges, that would be a criminal matter. That would not be a civil matter. That would be a criminal matter. If someone brought forth R word charges, that would go before a criminal court judge. That would not be a civil matter. So what's the case number? Okay. Yeah, Google it. Yes, okay. I spelled it wrong first time. No, I want the criminal matter with the R word charges. That's a criminal matter. Because a civil proceeding will be her suing someone for like damages or something. But if you're talking about R word charges, that is a criminal matter. That's not a civil proceeding. That will be a criminal proceeding. It's Aubrey. Did she get married? Did she have a different last name? I don't know who this girl is. Arbor. She have a different last name. Who is Easter Bunny? Y'all. You said the other one is Ryan Church. What's his name? Upchurch. Nicole Abers versus Ryan Upchurch. Et al. Chancellor Lyle ruled on the anti-SLAPP petition, holding that a plaintiff cannot voluntarily dismiss a lawsuit to avoid fees, according to Facebook post. No, I want the R charges. Yeah, find the R charges for me. Let me know. Hey, Patrina. Because she said she filed R charge. That's specific. That's not going to deal with anti-SLAPP. You said, look how many got in the cause accused, man. I don't know how many. I'm just trying to figure out the R word charges. That's a real, like, that's a criminal matter. And that's not something the state is going to bring forth those charges to the court. A prosecutor, because it's a crime. That person would go to jail unless if she filed a lawsuit for that. I mean, she wouldn't have to, but if she filed charges, that's a criminal charge. Does that make sense? So you let me know if you find that. Let me know. Send me the case number. I'll pull the court documents. That'll be available to the public.
For my life, like about text messages, about a show, that's dangerous rhetoric. And that's why I really wanted to issue that.
Why didn't Candace pull this up? Why didn't Candace pull the court documents of these R charges being filed? That's not something, she wouldn't be named in that. If she sued him for damages, that's one thing. But if you're talking about R charges, and I'm being very specific because that's what they said. I'm not taking anything out of context. I'm using the same terminology that Candace used. She is saying that this girl filed fake R word charges against somebody. That is a criminal matter. That is not a civil proceeding. And that is something that the prosecutor will pursue in the court of law. It's not going to be dismissed because she didn't meet a burden of a preponderance. That's not, no, criminal matters beyond a reasonable doubt. And that would have a jury hearing. So at what point, like, I just want the case. I want to pull the case up myself. I want the case number. Because otherwise, why didn't Candace's team pull the court documents to show that? Y'all, she filed these R charges. It went to a court. It was heard before a jury. And they found him not guilty. It's that simple.
she aggressed him. It's too many people that don't know each other that are telling you the same thing. Big believer that if a woman falsely accuses you, you should file a report against them. Don't just let it be like, oh, well,
what type of report?
I survived that.
What report, Candace? He talking about a protection order. It's not the same thing as R-word charges. That's not the same thing. A protection order is a civil matter unless you violate the order, then it becomes a criminal matter. Because now you're going to be in contempt of the order. Our charges are a criminal matter up front. So what is she talking about? Candace is still an idiot. Why didn't she get her team to pull this stuff from the court? She just said, oh, she's accusing these guys and filing charges. What charges? File a complaint for a restraining order? That's a civil matter. That's a civil proceeding. That's only tossed out if there's no evidence to support it. But if she's showing, we just snipped it, and she shows this case, and we pull it up and we see an order granting her protection, it was not thrown out. Our charges is criminal. So you're talking about two different courts here.
One, like, she has now dropped the charges because she should drop the charges. I will always use my platform for as long as I have it to stand up for men.
What's the case number? God damn it. This is ridiculous.
All the jobs I still had were suddenly gone. Men that I had previously worked with wouldn't even be alone in a room with me. And that's exactly what Bunny wanted to do. She gets off on torturing women. So my reputation was dead. But I wasn't dead yet. So here comes Jelly Roll. I'm Nicole Arbor, and this is the very true story about how 3-time Grammy-winning Christian country dark.
Oh, hold on. All right. So you got 20. What's this? This is CV is civil. That's a civil matter. The R charges is going to be criminal. Let me pull it up. 2022 CV. A CV is civil proceeding. Just so y'all know, CV, usually CR will be criminal. CV is a civil matter. But Candace defends Andrew Tate, though. You can't make this up. Hold on. 2022 CV 00446. 00446. Arbor the Church Hill. What am I looking at? Up Church. This is fun for me. I like looking up court documents. All right. Let's go here. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's see. Is this a federal lawsuit? This is dealing with property rights, copyright infringement. Arbor v. Upchurch et al. Y'all see that here? This is the same case number. 322 is the year. CV is civil matter or civil proceeding. It's like a 2-letter indication telling you what type of case this is. And then the case number behind it. And then you have the nature of the suit. Property rights, copyright, cause, copyright infringement. That's what this is. So it looks like, oh shit. I'm sorry. Arbor. Mail sent to Nicole Arbor. It was mail returned. So they couldn't serve them. This is dealing with copyright infringement. The judge is Waverly D. Crenshaw Jr. Case filed June 14, 2022, terminated June 21, 2023. This is a civil matter. This has nothing to do with our charges. Y'all see that? Let me make sure I share the right screen. I'm sorry. Y'all see this? I'll put the link in the chat. This is not a criminal matter. And she said our charges, that's a criminal matter. So here's the thing. When she says, Candace says she filed charges to the court, that's you taking this lie up to a whole new level. It didn't have to go. Whether she said this dude may have done something to me or not on YouTube, He could have. Why didn't he sue her for defamation? If you're going to bring that type of accusation against somebody and you know it's not true, why didn't Upchurch, what's his name? What's the young man's name? Upchurch, et al. This is more than one party in the defendant. Why didn't he sue her for defamation? That's a strong allegation of our charges. Let me share this tab. This is on Justia. The other one is Pacer. I have Pacer. This is a federal lawsuit for copyright infringement. So she's saying they violated this federal law here. 17 USC statute 501 for copyright infringement. This would never, our charges would not go. It would not be a civil proceeding. And it will be handled by a prosecutor in a criminal court. It's a criminal matter all day, every day. So y'all see all the filings here. Looks like they couldn't get them served. This is something. This is a civil matter. This has nothing to do with our charges. When Candace, this is why she shouldn't say stuff like that. When she talks about our charges, because she doesn't care how that would be handled in the courts. She didn't care. Candace doesn't care that our charges are very serious. It is a criminal matter, and it's not something the judge is going to dismiss. That's a jury trial. No, we're going to trial with a jury. That's being handled by the state with a prosecutor. You talk about something that would be punishable with prison time for the defendant. So if she made these allegations, Nicole Arbor made these allegations. What Ryan Upchurch, because y'all see here, all the defendants here. Et al, meaning it was just more than one person listed as the defendants. So you got Ryan Upchurch, Thomas Toner, Holla Boy Records LLC, and Stone Baby Sounds LLC. If she did music with them, I guess she's accusing them of stealing some stuff. Who knows? But it ain't our work. So when Candace is talking about this crap, she's trying to merge these two things together, saying, oh, the judge just tossed it out. Or she took away, she retracted it. No, you can't do that with our word charges. But as opposed to her just pulling this stuff up and showing with evidence what the hell she was referring to, she didn't. And if Nicole Arbor did any videos accusing these people of our word charges, they could have sued her for defamation. My question would be, why didn't they do that? And then you have a judge that granted her a protection order. So you can understand, like, let's say we're in court. I want y'all to always think like, in these matters in court. You put this before a jury. So far, Nicole is up 2-1. If there are videos where she's falsely accusing somebody of our word charges, that's defamatory. But the fact that they did not take action on that, I mean, how serious can that be? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna dive deep into it. But I'm just saying they could have sued her for that. But when you talk about this civil matter here dealing with copyright infringement, Candace is sitting here saying, obviously, this is what she's referring to. That's not our word charges either. And that's not how our word charges would be handled in court. That is a criminal matter. So these are the facts here right now laid out. This is not regarding an R word charge. Candace could have had her team, if that be the case. She could have had her team pull that case and then just show it. Why lie is my question. That's my whole thing. Why lie? Candace didn't have to lie. She could have just literally say, you know what? Let me do a little research. Let me pull these court documents up, because she taking this boy to court on, she got him going to court on this. He's a defendant in a criminal matter on some R charges. Like, that girl. And if there are videos out here where she's made this allegation, he should have filed a lawsuit for defamation. And then maybe in that would have forced her to have to prove it. She would have been forced to have to present evidence on that. But I mean, they still would have tried to, you know. I don't understand why Candace would even say that. Like, good grief, girl. And she could have just did her team could have just went to the court, could have pulled this stuff up from the court. Nicole and her exes are all on YouTube. They put their business out there. Yeah, well, was it our chart? You have any other cases? Let me know. And we'll pull the one regarding any criminal matter. I hate Candace. she didn't press charges. But she was on his channel and we watched we who watch his the song go down, watch his old videos and hers. And this is the Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny look like a woman. Was I looking at the wrong profile picture? Bunny looked like a woman. She makes YouTube videos accusing men. Child, I would listen. Carolina, I'm gonna guarantee you this right now. I will never subscribe to Nicole Arbor's channel. So I have no idea who she is. I like pulling up court documents, but I am not. I am not going out my way to go subscribe or anything like that. I have nothing against her. If she's doing that, she might want to stop because these people can start suing her for defamation. So hopefully she cut it out. I hope she cut it out. That's how I can. That's the best I can tell you with that one. Nicole need to cut it out. If she is accusing people of all word charges, she needs to cut it out, or they're gonna sue the hell out of her for defamation. Then they're gonna make her prove that. But if charges were filed for our word, please believe it's going to be a criminal matter every day, all day, and we'll be able to pull that court document up. But she might want to stop accusing people of that. What's going on, Tammy? She might want to stop accusing people of that, and she don't want to have to be in court, honey. LLC Bunny is Jelly Roll's wife. Oh, Easter Bunny is Jelly Roll's wife. Why they got these dessert names and bunnies named after holidays and stuff? Child. So Jelly Roll and Easter Bunny are married. Got it. Yeah, so see, you learn something new every day. I thought Easter Bunny was like these dudes named in this lawsuit. I thought these guys were Easter Bunny. I'll be honest. Oh, good Lord. Oh, let me drop the link to this so y'all can see it for yourself. Oh, Lord have mercy. That was funny. Oh, child. Candace, stop lying like hell, girl. I ain't gonna get you nowhere. Easter Bunny. I thought it, the way she described these people, I'm like, who are these? I ain't trying to keep up with you folks. Caroline, we all agree Nicole shouldn't be doing that, but she didn't lie about filing the R charges. Yeah, Bunny has bleached blonde hair. I don't like Bunny either. Y'all listen. I literally thought Easter Bunny was these group of guys. I didn't watch the whole video. We just saw the part where Candace came out talking about, in order to survive on the internet, you got to lie. You cannot tell the truth. Candace been lying like hell for years. So her making $59 million lying about Charlie Kirk is seeming to be lucrative for her. That's why I said, man, I'm doing a lot of things where I need to start lying on Candace being an alien and all. Like, we need to take that up to a next level. Y'all, this is something else. Watch out. What's going on, Moki up in here? How y'all doing? Shout out to Jay, the informant, you all, another fantastic content creator. S-Files, make sure you guys drop your YouTube channel links up in the chat so we can get you some support. Y'all make sure you check out S-Files, support my moms up in here that's doing great things. And Jay, the informant. Make sure you check them out. Y'all, we will get into some more videos. I'm telling you, they all trash, every one of them. I mean, that might be the case, Carolina. I'm not even going to doubt you on that one. Easter Bunny, Jelly Roll, the Nicole girl, child. Hey, who knows? Birds of a feather might flock together, but she might not want to keep making them allegations. She needs to stop doing that crap if she's doing it, child. Good child. Moki said that's what it looked like, y'all. So y'all see the court document link here. Y'all can check that out. Oh, Lord have mercy. Copyright infringement. Ugh, good grief. People suing all over the place. Yeah, let's get to this because I want to check this out over here, and then I'm not gonna hold you out too much longer. We had to like read the letter. They trying to excommunicate Candace out of church. Now this is the video you all wanted me. I'm not watching the whole interview, but this is a short that another content creator, RFP Flash 2.0, he did on Mitch Snow rising from the dead, talking about Joe Kent vetted him. You know, Joe Kent who worked for the FBI. Yeah. he came back because, you know, Candace, she's like, listen, I'm helping you raise $250,000. I want to keep this Fort Huachuca thing going a little bit longer because that's going to come back up again. We all know it. She's going to do her season 2 of Erica Kirk Bride series and all this stuff. She's trying to revamp back in the Fort Huachuca nonsense. Okay. So now all of a sudden, Mitch Snow is showing back up on some random person's YouTube channel, talking about Joe Kent, ironically, who worked with the FBI, you know, the same feds that Candace and none of her people in her cults trust somehow because feds slopping on. Yeah, that FBI vetted Mitch Snow. You know, the one who said his father was a mass murderer. What did he say? The green, what's his name? He said his dad was the what now? The green mile killer. Somebody. Y'all. Mitch is back. No. Yeah, this is ridiculous. He said one of these mass murders, the Zodiac kid. There you go, the Zodiac. Oh, good Lord. This is the same Mitch Snow that Candace raising all this money for over on a Save Go Now. GoFundMe. Hit me up. Like, whatever. So let's check this out right quick. This is not a long video. It's about a minute long. Let's go.
This is important. Remember the guy who went on Candace Owens' show and started making those claims about Erica Kirk? Yeah? Mitch Snow? Well, listen to who he says vetted him.
You were vetted. Who vetted you?
Oh, geez. Yeah. You know, I let that slip once, and maybe I wasn't supposed to, but yeah, it was Joe Kent. She trusted him.
He said, he's CIA. CIA, yeah. They said they don't trust the feds. Funny how they trusted somebody in CIA. Hey, colleague, honey, how you doing? Francisco Zodiac. Yeah, this guy, Mitch Snow, said the Zodiac killer is his daddy. You know, DNA tested and all somehow. I know, right? Fuck himself, for fuck's sake. This man said the Zodiac killer is his daddy. Juju, can you believe it? Heather said that Joe Kent is with the CIA, not FBI. They don't trust any of the feds. Candace said that she commanded her code to hate the feds, right? The CIA is another federal government agency. But, you know, don't tell her people that because they would be mad. She said, we don't trust the feds. And yet, Joe Kent from the CIA vetted his ass. The Zodiac killer son. Y'all, this is unbelievable. This girl's going to try to bring up this whole nonsense again with Fort Huachuca. I'm telling you all. She squeezed in an episode of her Bride of Erica Kirk series. Season 2. She's going to squeeze in an episode about this Fort Huachuca thing because it's got to come back full circle. And what better way to squeeze this out than to have Mitch Snow resurrect from the dead? Or from GoFundMe now. And to come out and say, ironically, Joe Kent vetted his ass. Y'all, this... Melinda, it is the FBI. Okay, so okay. It is the Kent, director of counterterrorism, part of the FBI. He was in the FBI. Okay, he was with the feds, and he said Joe Kent vetted him. But I thought Candace, heifer, you dumb heifer. I thought you said, Blurpy, that you didn't trust the feds. That means you shouldn't trust any of them. Not a single one. You can't pick and choose when you want to trust a fed from another fed. They all the same. So why trust any of them if you don't trust them? You never said, I trust some of the feds, but not the others. You said, no, we don't trust the feds. I snipped it. You said we don't trust the fed slop they want us to buy. You didn't specify which fed slop. You didn't tell us that Joe Kent vetted the son of the Zodiac killer. You know, it's like a slap in the face to the feds that they are meeting the son of the Zodiac killer here. You know, someone that tortured the police and took people's lives for many years. You can't make this up.
Owens show and started making those claims about Erica Kirk.
Craziness.
Yeah, Mitch Snow. Well, listen to who he says vetted him.
You were vetted. Who vetted you?
Oh, geez. Yeah. You know, I let that slip once, and maybe I wasn't supposed to, but yeah, it was Joe Kent.
Oh my God.
She trusted him about the 10th of December. Strangely enough, my birthday.
She who? She trusted him, Candace. He said you trusted him. Y'all see that? She trusted him. He's got to be referring to Candace. Candace trusted Joe Kent, but she didn't trust the feds. Y'all see how hypocritical this dumb girl is? Blurpy, you, boy, that yeast infection is acting the hell up right now.
Strangely enough, my birthday. Yeah, we had a 15-minute conversation, and then all he had to do was see records. And
wow.
Yeah, I gave him all the records. I gave him so many records. He said, "Stop, you're done, you're good."
You heard that right, and I hope you understand that, because on top of that, there is an FBI investigation going on for Joe Kent allegedly leaking information. And then after he resigned, you saw who he lined up shows with, right? Now, I'm not making claims, but when you line all of that up, people are going to have questions. I do believe we were right to put the brakes on when we heard all of these people saying the same stuff together. Have a great night, Patriots.
Yo, this clown. Let's start with the fact that he's claimed that the Zodiac killer is his father. And he showed us no DNA test results at all. No evidence on that. None. Not a little bit. And now Joe Kent vetted him, but he didn't get vetted through the FBI, any other agency or department. Just Joe Kent and no one else. Why is some random FBI agent vetting someone to go on Candace's show? Make that make sense? But no one else is supposed to know. This is supposed to be a hidden secret. No one else in the FBI knew this. Snow didn't get the cash. No, he's not going to get it right now. Candace said, no, you got to earn this. She bringing him back because she making him earn it. Candace, listen to me. I said, girl, how you going to let Mitch Snow get off that easy? You helping him raise $250,000? And he only did one episode? Oh, man, Candace, you're such a moron. You can't make this up. Joe Kent vetted the son of the Zodiac killer just to come on her show and still produce zero documentation. You know, all these records he gave him, because it was so much. Joe Kent said, stop. No, enough. It's an overload. It's an avalanche of records. I gave him so many. I gave him so many. He just said, oh, no, you're good. And we haven't seen not a one. Let's start with DNA test results to show proof that the Zodiac killer is who he is and that he's your father. I want to start there. When did this conversation occur and why was it not recorded? So there are no emails between Joe Kent, Candace, and Bitch Snow. Candace, he's not earning this money, girl.
Yeah, I gave him all the records. I gave him so many records. He said, "Stop, you're done, you're good."
Yeah, because, reasons. Yeah, you can't make this up. is ridiculous. Hit the 4. If y'all don't believe this like me, hit the 4. Melinda said, okay, had to Google it. Kent was under the National Counterterrorism Center, which bridges the gap for both FBI and CIA. Lord, he was with both. And the candy asses are cool with Joe Kent vetting this guy, meaning who knows if you're being fed bad slop. Sloppy Joe Kent bridged the gap between the FBI and the CIA. So you're getting double fed slop. From the sign of the Zodiac Killer. Candace. Oh, God. You're not even trying to be creative with this dumb shit, are you? Y'all, Blurpy is just giving up. Her and Grimace. It was like, you know what? We're not even trying hard anymore. They're not even trying hard. Candace said, this yeast infection made me break my left foot. Leave me alone, lady. That's what happened. Y'all, the yeast infection juice was sliding all over the floor, and Candace slipped and fell and broke her foot. That's what happened. She slipped on her own bodily fluids. Candace is just such a moron. She can't make this stuff up. Yeah, this is priceless to me. The son of the Zodiac Killer is coming back saying that Joe Kent vetted him to go on Candace's show to talk about many, many things with Fort Huachuca, to which we barely saw evidence for any of that. You can't make this up. But he gave him so many records. Mitch Snow, we're so jealous. How dare you let Joe Kent see it, no one else? Sloppy Joe Kent gets to see all this crap, and we can't. We can't see DNA test results to prove that the Zodiac Kid is your daddy. That's a more interesting story than anything that Candace is coming up with. Candace, you could just go with that. Let's say there's something to prove that the Zodiac Killer is his father. Wouldn't that be more interesting than this Fort Huachuca nonsense? Seriously, Candace, you lack creativity. Don't you think the offspring of the Zodiac Killer could be a lot more interesting talking about his family lineage than Fort Huachuca, something we don't give a damn about? Are you kidding? This is crazy. This is so crazy. He said, y'all, Cece said Mitch is lying. He just put himself back in the crosshairs. Oh, man, he thinks he's getting that money, y'all. He's trying to work hard to get this money. Candace told him, no, you didn't earn it, Pip. You didn't earn it. People got mad at me, wondering why the hell I even put you on my platform. You couldn't make this more interesting. It was so boring. Lady Luck is still laughing at my ass. You gotta do better. She clowning me over there. She's coming up with a lot more names for me. Hey, Candace, you're still bad at this. You are so bad at this. You got the son of the Zodiac Killer. You're not even gonna tap into that. Can't make this out. Y'all, this is ridiculous. Oh, child, hit the like button, y'all. Okay, so now that we've gotten this moron out the way, he said Sloppy Joe Kent better him.
You heard that right, and I hope you understand that, because
Lord.
On top of that, there is an FBI investigation going on for Joe Kent allegedly leaking information. And then after he resigned, you saw who he lined up shows with, right? Now, I'm not making claims, but when you line all of that up, people are going to have questions.
Yeah, we've been asking questions and Candace doesn't give a damn. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. All right, so I wanted to get to this mirror case. Candace fatigue has set in. Candace, people getting sick of you. We just laughing at you at this point, to be honest with you. The Catholic Church wants to excommunicate her. You guys sent me a couple of videos on this. Eat it low. Michael Knowles refuses to call out evil. Yeah, we'll check that out. We'll check that out after this. And yeah. And then that'll be it. All right. Let's get this in. And then Edie. Coming up, Edie. Y'all, we can let's see, did we? Yeah, we saw this already. Joshua Carr be with us on Tuesday, so we'll talk more about his series then. But we'll do this and then we'll do Edie. But the Candace fatigue is setting in. It's here. Candace, we're just laughing at you. That's all we can do. Let's get to it.
Is actually not with it. And I mean, really not with it. And it's now becoming so clear, even to her most attentive followers, that you just can't trust her. And this is the type of content she's releasing right now, thinking she's going to get away with it.
And we have now reached such a late stage of this neocon psychosis that Ben Shapiro is out there pretending that he's Charlie's personal knight. He was like, must have been Charlie's squire, actually, while he was alive. It is the most disturbing thing that I have ever seen in politics. And that's saying a lot.
Ever seen in politics, and that's saying a lot. Reminder, our theory is as such. Whenever Candace makes a claim about somebody else, it's normally a claim about herself. Ben Shapiro is acting like he's Charlie's knight. Well, that's what Candace has been doing this entire time. But guys, don't for a second think that her followers are falling for this. We have a crazy video of a follower just be like, what the heck is going on? Coming up.
Like, I know that he's a maggot. I know that he just has to do maggot things. He saw Charlie's corpse, just like he saw Andrew Breitbart's corpse, and it's just irresistible for him. That's his nature. But the speed of it and the statement of it, instantly, I'll pick up the bloody mic against the undeniable backdrop of how much Charlie could not stand him. It's just stunning, right? The persistence of it is stunning. Like, to know Ben Shapiro is to eventually come to a point where you simply are forced to acknowledge the fact that he's just a different species. He's just different. We can't understand him because it's a different species.
Meanwhile, Candace professed to be an alien. I mean, literally. She said the word, I'm an alien. Candace. Blurpy. Oh, girl. Y'all saw my thumbnail from yesterday. We have a whole new jackass in town. It's Candace, Cadence, Karen, Amber, Rose Owens, Farmer. And the last name might be dropping off one day. Relatively soon. George Farmer is going to get mad when he gets sued. Erica Kirk, don't forget to add George Farmer to your lawsuit, girl. George is going to divorce Candace. He gonna leave her ass. This is embarrassing. You already telling people you're an alien and you got a yeast infection from back in the day in the lawsuit that's never left. Now you broke your foot. He got a black eye. What?
A lion cannot understand the habits of a worm. No one's ever like making a lion speak and try. No, he's not like, hey, well, I'm a worm. Here's my instincts. It's like he's just different altogether.
He and of course all the Jews that he represents, and he's a maggot, and he's a worm, and we are lions, and he's just trying to. She's so exhausting, and she's so boring, and she's so pathetic in her attempt to try and cover up her exact actions that mirror this. And again, everyone's just seeing right through it now. Now, I hate to do it because why give any sort of attention to actual claims that she's making outside of the insanity of the rhetoric she creates? But to all those people debating if Charlie and Ben were actually friends, can I just say it actually doesn't matter? The pretty simple evidence seems that they disagreed on a lot of things, but they actually were very aligned on things as well. They both didn't like Nick Fuentes. They both had a deep care for Israel and an understanding that maybe things weren't doing exactly the way that they should be done. There is so much of an obvious fact that there is a competition between these two people who very much were vying and still are to some degree, Turning Point in Charlie's memory and Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro vying for the leadership of the conservative movement. But at the end of the day, these two people were seen multiple times conversing very, very nicely together like adults, something obviously that Candace Owens doesn't understand. But let's watch for a second what Candace Owens' followers are starting to think, okay?
She started her whole live series on the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And I don't align with Candace whatsoever on like politically or, you know, a lot of her social stances. I actually stand on the very other side. I started feeling like in the last month or two, a little icky about her coverage on the Charlie Kirk assassination.
A little icky, just a tiny icky, like her.
Candace, people are icky with you. and Grimace. Okay. The yeast infection is starting to sour. It's getting to a point where we're smelling it through our laptops and our phones. It's coming through the internet waves. It's foul. It's like rotten sourdough. Candace, you got to take care of that problem. You got to go. You got to take care of yeasty. All right, keep yeasty under control. Preferably isolated to your house. See, this is what happens when you go out and speak at events. That smell just lingers all over the world. It's like a whirlwind around the planet. We're not in the mood, you dumb alien. It was just, well, we got to Blex and Candace to heal up off our planet, but she decides to cloak the earth. Yeasty is getting powerful.
Series destroying Erica Cook publicly. Yeah, just a little icky. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, before we finish watching this video, right now there's a recording going viral of Erica Cook, but it's not of Erica Cook. Why did I say that? They're playing it and pretending that it is of Erica Cook, and it would be very damning if it was, but it isn't. And even Candace has confirmed this herself, but she has been pushing and pushing this hateful narrative around Erica Cook. And all of the other people who have intervened, the Megyn Kellys and the Ben Shapiros, it's actually never been about the things that they're pretending this whole issue is about, Jews and Israel. It's actually about the question of whether you should be defending a widow of somebody who did so much good for America, who's now leading this big organization, Turning Point USA, or if you should not. If it's okay, if she's just free for all. And that's a question that people are asking.
And all of the conspiracy theories that she has, especially since the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, and like really digging into information that gets thrown your way as someone that is obsessive about a case. Like, you get a lot of information sent to you, and it's really easy to ignore the facts when you start getting like, oh, this could be the plane that Nancy was taken away on. And oh, the owner of that plane also happens to have a connection to NBC and also happens to have a connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Like, it's really easy to like jump to all of these conclusions and make up these false narratives that like, because the plane is owned by someone with a connection to Jeffrey and NBC, that, you know, Nancy was abducted because of the Epstein files. Like, it's pretty easy to play make-believe. It's a lot harder to stick to the facts of what is actually proven and follow that narrative. That's like, you know, the difference between an ethical reporter, investigative reporter, and an unethical investigative reporter.
Candace is a gossip blogger. Let's just call it what it is. She's a gossip blurpee, okay? Gossip blurpees don't have integrity or understand the definition of the word ethics. Candace does not read. You know, White Walkers just kind of absorb energy in. Yeasty takes up a lot more energy than normal. So when you're walking around here with a whole alien body down there, burning a hole through your clothes because you refuse to get some Monostat 7. You know, idea of reading goes over her head. She can't even verify court documents and R-word charges. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't expect her to be ethical or anything. Candace said, in order to survive the internet, one must lie, never tell the truth. So Candace is one big walking liar. The faster people accept that, I think the better off they'll be. Like, the candy asses could one day wake up and realize their cult leader has bragged about lying to survive the internet. That means you shouldn't trust anything she says, but they, you know, whatever. They're commanded to trust her no matter what. Candace is a pathological liar. So ethics and integrity are not terms she's ever going to be aligned or associated with. Once again, if you have evidence, Candace, blurpee, if thou have evidence to prove anything that anybody was involved in some assassination of anything, why not give that to the prosecutor so this person can get arrested? I'm just saying, because, you know, we know it doesn't exist, but whatever. Why not give it to the prosecutor? Go ahead, Candace. Record yourself going to the police station and give this evidence over to the prosecutor.
But anyway, long story long, I started feeling icky about her. And over the last week and a half, she really dialed things up with that new series, like Charlie's Bride. And I started wondering, like, what is her end goal here? Like, what's her happy ending? She's calling out everyone and their mother, literally Erica's mother and grandmother and grandfather and, you know, anyone in her orb. And it's like, what's the happy ending? That she like blows up everything for like the family. She blows up our whole government. She blows up, like, what is the happy ending here? And like, where does it go from there? Like, does Candace Owens become president and like president of the world once all of these crazy theories are proven right? Like, is that what happens? So she takes over. If she does.
Candace wants to be a dictator, by the way. She did say that. I don't understand why anyone would take that seriously. Candace, you really think we're going to sit here and let you become dictator? We will whoop your ass, girl. In the end, we're not in the mood. We enjoy our protections, our freedoms, and everything else. We're not coddling to a, nope. The idea of you saying that you want to be a dictator in the United States of America is contradictory to our entire Constitution. We will not allow it. We will beat the hell out of you and keep living. You out your mind. No thanks. We don't need dictators here. Bye, Felicia.
Uncover all of these things, and Trump was involved with Charlie's assassination, and also with, you know, Jeffrey, you know, all the connections with Jeffrey Epstein, and then like just all of these reach things. Like, what's her happy ending? Because to me, it's starting to feel truly like she is an online bully and she will stop at nothing. Like, I cannot even imagine how many cease and desist she gets, like how many people are working behind the scenes on trying to get her for defamation and slander. And like, how does she feel when she puts her head down on her pillow every night? Like, she's truly ruining people's lives without real facts. Like, it's just like a kind of like, oh, her grandfather had a connection to UVU, so her grandfather must be involved with Charlie's assassination at UVU. Like, give me a break. And, you know, I'm starting to feel really guilty that I watched her for so long. And I think all of us need to realize that there is like a real art and like moral code that you need to follow as someone like Candace Owens, that I think like Brian Enton is a perfect example of. Like, he doesn't go there with conspiracy theories. He doesn't go there with his own theories. He takes the facts from the sheriff or the FBI, things that are proven, and from there, he reports on them. He doesn't try to connect all of the dots like beautiful minds.
I mean, I think she pretty much said it. What is the end game of Candace? I'll tell you what the end game is. It's narcissism. She wants everybody to just be focused on her, and she literally doesn't care who she has to step on to make that happen. She needs to be the number one center of attention all of the time. It's almost psychopathic. She just won't stop. But also, she's so clearly not actually providing any sort of evidence. This is something that we spoke about when we first started calling Candace out 6 months ago. A big part of why I started this channel 6 months ago was because of this, because it seemed shocking to me that people weren't able to review how manipulative she is and call her out, why people were so afraid. It was so blatantly obvious. And so we started talking about that back then, and we did a whole review series of her tactics, and that's exactly it. She will take and fabricate things that are based in some sort of truth and then connect them for you. So you're like, oh, whoa, my mind is blown. But you don't do any of the due process to actually review the actual facts and information and all the other context that's missing. And anybody who tries to do that, she comes right after them. But guys, it's falling apart. It's falling apart really quickly. Like, her pretending that she is the defender of Charlie when everybody knows that Charlie and Erica loved each other deeply. And she's now going after Erica. I mean, BITCH, please. Come on, give us a break. You're not all that dumb. And hopefully, I'm hoping her followers are actually starting to get a little bit more capable like this woman and think to themselves, what is this woman's endgame? Does she have a plan here? Is there a point to what she's doing outside of proving herself to be literally the worst bully of all time? I think at this point she could probably go down with that. No? Yeah. Anyways, thank you for your attention to this matter.
Yeah, Candace been a bully. She's been a mean girl bully. Y'all didn't know? Y'all, we got to see this right quick. Hold on. We got to see this right quick. Candace. What the hell happened to George's eye? Candace. I told y'all they going around here talking about, has Candace Owens' husband, George Farmer, been in rehab this whole time? He vanished from the public eye for months, and now locals near the Owens Center in San Diego are claiming he has been there. What would that say about Candace's insane behavior if this is true? Candace, why does George have a black eye? Yeah, George got a black eye. Fighting. Is that why her foot broken? She tried to kick him in the eye, and he just didn't go for that. He was like, yeah. He did a karate block and broke her ankle. Y'all, Candace is skin and bones. She's got to be all of 90 pounds. She doesn't eat food or anything, so whatever. I mean, Candace, you need some vitamin D and some calcium. You drink some milk. Drink milk. Take some vitamins and stuff. But whatever. But her foot is broken and his eye is black. Come on now. Candace, we just asking questions. Y'all, look at this face. He's got a black eye. What the heck is going on? Candace, what the hell did you do? I sent the tweet. Y'all, I tweeted this yesterday. Candace, what did you do? Your foot broke and his eyes black. I don't know. Who won?
Did Candace Owens' husband, George Farmer, disappear for months because he's been at a rehab facility outside of San Diego? I'm just asking questions. It's called the Owens Center. People in the area have been talking, and they say...
Recovery.com. Yeah, it would be luxury. It's a peaceful private retreat in sunny California designed to help residents break free from struggles with substances and co-occurring mental health conditions. Rated 4.7. And they do accept insurance. What? Oh, man. Oh, they got to have camera footage.
That George Farmer has been there for months. And would that track? Maybe, because there's also been rumors for years that George Farmer got a DUI back in Tennessee. And it's crazy because you can't really find any information because the birthdays don't line up, because George Farmer's official birthday has been changed on the internet.
3 or 4
times. So if that's
times.
the case, Candace Owens has been all over the internet slandering everybody else's family.
Y'all.
Trying to tear everybody else apart in this nation while her own husband is struggling with abuse problems, struggling with substance abuse in a rehab facility. And I know this is something that Candace would never want to get out. And I would never try to expose somebody for having a family member that is going through that. But when it comes to Candace, this is something that needs to be said, because if that's true, that says a lot about the person, that people are actually following off of a cliff. And I asked Grok the last time that George Farmer had been seen outside of the Catholic conference where he showed up with a black eye. It's been months.
No.
It's been months. There was like a news article that was shared that he made a statement in like February. But before that, he hadn't been seen in several months.
What?
I just want to know, if you live near San Diego, anywhere near this Owens Center, and have seen George Farmer, why don't you confirm the story?
Or let's go around the neighboring businesses and pull camera footage. Where is this at? A-Town Recovery Center? Because Candace, we're here for it. In San Diego? Candace. Oh, see? Okay. I'm going to change the satellite. I want to get to the road level. I want to get down to the road level. Oh my God. Candace, you done drove this man drove him crazy out here to Anti-Medical Center. Yeah, I'm trying. Oh my God. Let me pull up. Hold on. Because they got to be neighboring facilities around it. That's what I'm trying to look at on the map. That's what I want to see. Y'all, this place is beautiful. Oh my God. It's like a luxury hotel. Okay, Candace. Is this where he's been? I honestly wouldn't be mad at him. I will be here too. I'm escaping Candace altogether. Candace, your husband's trying to get away from you, girl. Y'all, this is something else. View map. Oh my God. Can y'all see this? Y'all, this is immaculate. He walking around here with a black eye. Candace, you got George going to a facility? It's got to be it. Oh man, it has to be other places around. I'm about to play with that a little bit. Hold on. This place is gorgeous. Look at this. Oh dear Lord. Oh yeah, I will be here too. Like, you get away from Candace? Yeah, okay. Cool. What? George, that's where you been? I told him, wave the white flag if you need help, George. We kept saying, wave the white flag. You need help? Okay, I want to see. Okay, so it's gated. Y'all look. There are cameras around. This is gated. Y'all see this? Because there's got to be other businesses around here that if he went out here to this place, it's picked him up on a camera. Let's say he went by a gas station, a McDonald's or something on the way there. Y'all, this is gorgeous. Y'all boys say it looks like a small vacation resort. It does. I would get away from her too. I'll tell you know what? I'm going to San Diego. I'm taking the children. I would take the kids as well. There's no way I'm leaving the kids in that house with her. It's gated, y'all. It's gated. Candace probably, is this why she broke her foot trying to get over the gate to see George? Y'all, oh man, Candace, I think we figured it out. Candace jumped in the fence trying to go see George and broke her damn foot. Candace, they don't want your ass down. You getting on his nerve. Dear God. Y'all, she drove down here. I can tell you right now what happened. This girl drove up here, got to this gate, and realized they wouldn't let her ass in. And tried to jump the fence. She broke her foot. Tried to jump the fence. This is, oh my good Lord. Okay, this is 3203. Is it all one facility? I'm trying to make sure I have the address. It's 3201 or 3203. Candace, they didn't want you there. He said, go away. He ain't in the mood. Candace tried to jump that gate, y'all. It's 3250. Oh my God. This place is gorgeous. This place is gorgeous. Candace, they like, nope. Y'all see, got the listen. They not playing with Candace. They want her to get on so well. They have to have camera. Y'all know they got cameras around. That listen, you don't even have to see if somebody spotted them. They got camera footage. They got security camera. Look at it. The security camera right there at the box. Y'all see the gate box? The camera. in that. That's the lighting, but it looks like it's a camera right there, but it's definitely a camera at the box. You can't get in here without being captured on camera. This is beyond beautiful. This is beautiful. George said, leave me alone. He's probably running from her. Candace tried to jump the fence. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Oh, God. Candace, you got to leave that man alone. He need a break. Oh, man. This place is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Oh, man. Wow. And then y'all see the black eye? Why do you have a black eye, George? I told you if you needed help to holler. If he needed help, he could have hollered.
Because this woman is trying to tear our country apart. She's part of the club that's trying to tear this country apart. So I don't feel bad about sharing this information on the internet. I'm just asking questions. Andy. Just asking questions.
Y'all, this is something else. And then when you see him, he's got a black eye. Y'all, they did a meme. Oh, good Lord. Oh, it look like Candace. Brigitte. Candace. Somehow you become Brigitte. George is Emmanuel. And you pop the man in the face. Oh, this is priceless. Candace, how did we get here?
Did Candace Owens' husband, George Farmer, disappear for months because he's...
I'm trying to find a photo of the actual black eye. Like, I want to see the full photo. Oh, my God. For some reason, Candace, that's a more interesting story to tell of how George got a black eye. Who else has this up? Y'all, this is something else. Where did she get that photo from?
A facility outside of San Diego.
Let me hold it. Hold on. He's at, where are they at? A hotel? Is that a restaurant? Y'all, he is in the back trying to stay out the picture while she's pausing. He got on a hat. He just threw on something. He got a black eye. Y'all, that's a black eye. Candace, you can't go punch. Y'all know she was charged and arrested for harassment when she was 17. I see this violent streak coming out of you, Candace. You get mad because that yeast infection is burning down. You taking it out on George. I mean, he a piece of ass, but whatever. You could divorce him and leave him alone. Candace mad because Yeasty is acting up. Can't make this out. Y'all, his eye is black. She done punched this man in the face. Oh, my God. You tagged me in one. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Y'all, this is crazy. Y'all, shout out to Melinda. Shout out to all of you all tagging me in this. Candace, this is so terrible of you. You couldn't just leave him. Y'all. Oh, look. Oh, that poor dude. Oh, come on. Candace. I have touchscreen on my laptop, girl. Look at George's eye. Y'all, look at it. That eye is black. George, that's not even like, even, you know, if he was wearing makeup, it would be kind of like in a circular motion. No, it's like right here. If y'all see the green arrow. Poor George. Oh no. It's black, y'all. This eye is black and bruised. It starts up here and it goes all around and it's like deep right here. Oh my dear Lord. Candace, what the hell you do to him? This is ridiculous. Candace got a broken foot. Look at this. Look at this. She wearing sneakers and stuff. She ain't take none of this seriously at all. She on a scoop, and he back here with a black eye, just standing on the side, not giving a damn about what's happening. Y'all, why would he pose like this? Y'all, think about this. He know he has a black eye. If he did not want this to be captured, he would have been wearing glasses, like shades, right? He would have made sure he walked around with sunglasses on. Because he knows my idiot wife can have a photo captured of her at any given time. Wouldn't he be wearing some sunglasses and some shades? Or makeup, exactly. Y'all, this is something else. He's in the Black Eye Club. George got a whole black eye. Can y'all find another and tag me in it? I can zoom in a lot closer. Candace, you think he would be wearing makeup or shades? He will definitely stay out of photos. He want us to see this. Y'all. Candace, I told you I got touch screen. You dumb helper. Everything's gonna be amplified. I mean, this is too priceless. Oh, Candace whooping his ass for no reason. Oh, here's another one. Y'all, Candace's cloven foot. Y'all see this? She got on a boot. She said she did this on the 13th. This is the right foot, not the left. Then the right side of the body. Yeah. That's right foot, right? Is that right foot? It looks like the right foot broken. And his black eye. Good grief. Y'all see that better? Look at that. Oh, Lord have mercy. Candace, you got to leave him alone. Candace, leave this man alone. He can't even. He said, I was at rehab. He said, oh no. Yeasty and Candace whooped his ass that day. Y'all, George got jumped. He was slipping and sliding. She was swinging and kicking. Oh, I'm on one today. Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger. Y'all. Yeasty got out of control, boy. Grimmett said, not the day. He popped the one. Candace. Oh, Lord mercy, your record precedes you, girl, you dumb criminal. See, this is what happens when you marry a bad girl. George, you thought you could handle it. We tried to tell you she was arrested at 17 and charged with harassment. Who knows if that included a fight, okay? Was a cousin there as well? Was it just Candace by herself? Her and Yeasty. Blurpy. Girl, you can't even whoop it. This is spousal abuse. I'm concerned, y'all. I think we need to be calling Tennessee Child Protective Services out there. These kids do not deserve to grow up in this house. Dad's walking around with black eyes and Candace's broken foots, and then Yeasty is just a whole beast all together by himself. You can't make this up. House is out of whack. Candace, this is bad. Yeah, George looks bad. She is not making him a sandwich. This is what happens when he asks. He said, I want a turkey sandwich with lettuce and tomato. And she shoved his right foot in his eye. This is crazy. Candace, he just wanted a sandwich. Damn. Oh, Dear Lord, he looks so sad, y'all. This man is not happy at all, George. George, you look bad, George. George, we tried to tell you to wave a white flag. Did not tell your ass. Wave a white flag. I would have came and got you, would have hid you out a little bit. You know, she ain't coming to my neck of the woods. I can tell you that right now. Candace would not survive over here. She ain't coming to my neck of the woods. Plus, I could be her ass, so he ain't gonna try me. You can't make this out. George, you look bad, man. You're not wearing no shades, no makeup. You wanted us to see this black eye. You cried out for help. We listening. You gotta get the hell up out of there. Take the kids. He can't make this up. He got a coffee, y'all. He ain't gonna get an ice pack. He should have got an ice pack, bro. Yeah, this is terrible. Candace beating people up. Oh man, Candace, you gonna go to jail again. It's ridiculous. Good God in heaven. Y'all, she got on a boot. Y'all understand these boots are not like, they're not soft, cushioned. They're hard. They're not soft or anything. This is crazy. These boots are not like soft. Go back. I will go back to the other photo I had up. Good grief. Lord have mercy. Candace up here beat people up. You thought she was just let me just leave him alone. No. She got on this boot. Oh, dear Lord. Candace. This ain't gonna work. Goodness gracious. Y'all, who knew? Who knew? Oh, dear goodness. I think this was the best one right here. Oh, my goodness gracious, Candace. You know I'm going in on this. Candace, you know I'm going to go in on this. I'm going to have to respond to this in real time right here. George, we tried to warn you. We tried to warn you. We said, listen, she got a record. She's known for violence. You know, she claims 3 girls jumped on her in a blockbuster. We never saw any evidence on that, but whatever. It could have been the other way around. We tried to tell you. I even put up the Child Protective Services number for Tennessee. You want us to call? Let us know. Where's the white flag at? George, next time in the next photo, just wave a white flag. I know that's the sign. Yeah, the fact that he wasn't wearing shades or makeup lets me know. He was like, you know what? I just want everybody to see this. Get my ass kicked, tied. Candace, you can't be doing this. This is crazy. Oh, look at that boot. Y'all, that's not a soft shoe. That thing is hard. It's like plastic right here on the outside. That thing can break a piece of wood or something, let alone a human bone. Like his eyes might be broken. Who knows? The eye socket. It might be broken. His nose might be broken. Who knows? George, go back to A-Town Center. they can help you out. Candace can't get in. It's gated. What the hell? What is going on? All right, y'all. Oh, man. This is crazy. Who would have thought we would have seen this in this lifetime? So where Gary said, where are her kids? Oh, the hypocrisy. I know, right? I don't know. It's 4 kids in that house, y'all. 4 kids. They all under the age of 5 or 6 or something. 4 kids in that house. And he got a daughter, George. You would not want your little girl walking around with a black eye. And then the husband got a broken foot if it were the other way around. You know, Candace, because she always talking about hashtag him too. This is a hashtag him too moment. Oh, Candace, I am so tweeting that. Hashtag him too. Candace. Candace always, this is a Candace hashtag me too, hashtag him too moment. Hashtag him too. Since you refuse to make him a sandwich. Oh, yeah, we gotta go in. Sandwich. We would have to report your ass. No, you refuse to make him a sandwich. You just decided to give a black eye. Just give him a knuckle sandwich. Give him a knuckle sandwich. Give him a knuckle sandwich. Did you run out of turkey, Candace? Oh, turkey sandwich. Oh, yeah. You refuse to make him a turkey sandwich. You decided to give him a knuckle sandwich. What's going on? Why is I black? And you dumb heifer. Yeah, it's the only way I can end a good comment. And you moron. Why does he walk around with a black eye? You understand how weird that looks? You can't make this out. Oh, good grief. This is, y'all, this is crazy. Who knew? Who knew, Candace? We're here for it. We're going to call Tennessee CPS. Welfare check. I know, right? Y'all, these his 4 kids in that house. This dude walking around through the airport. I'm assuming they're at the airport. Let's just assume they're at the airport because you got the airport worker over here that took the photo, right? She said she took the photo with the airport employee. So we're assuming this is the airport. He's got a black eye. He's not wearing any makeup, no shades, nothing. And there's a rumor that he went to a rehab facility. Huh. Spousal abuse is real, Candace. You up here got this? You going to Catholic conventions talking about Christ is King, and he walking around with a black eye. Make it make sense. Candace, I'm going to bed. Let me tell y'all something right now. I done already told George, look out. That man, listen. He been hiding in the closet for real. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Then we got to come back at this tomorrow. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my God. It is not good, man. If you listen, if you walk around here like, can you please? I just want sandwich. And she really shoving him in the closet. This is horrible. Candace supposed to be homeschooling kids, by the way. Mind you, these kids are home all day. So who knows what the hell they hearing and experiencing? Y'all gonna have to give each other some space and distance. George, go back to A-Time facility. Tell your parents to come fly in and get the kids. Because Candace won't, we don't know what her relatives are doing. Oh, Lord have mercy. Candace, leave them kids alone. You cannot make this up. Y'all, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, I know, right? Man, this is nuts. Candace is losing it. And she kicking George in the punch in the face. Candace, you over here abusing him. You beating your husband. Candace, you're going to get your ass beat. Now we really want to know what happened with this charge of harassment. When you went to jail, Candace, how long were you in jail? I forget the fact she was 17 now. I just want to see the court documents because I want to see how bad this was. Who bailed her out? She was not on probation or anything. Are you serious? Look what's happening here. Because she's getting away with everything. You can't explain this foot break, this black eye. What the hell? Yo, this is not normal. These kids walk around here, what are they being told? Candace never said how she broke her foot, by the way. Just want y'all to know that. She never said how she broke her foot. And that she's got a boot on. This was back on the 13th. And she out here flying around. She broke her foot on Friday the 13th and still flew out to some convention. As opposed to like doing a video and then doing it virtual. like she could have flew out to Phoenix to face TPUSA. No, she didn't want to do that. He said no to that. But yet, he walking around with a black eye at the airport for a Catholic convention. I want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. But she couldn't fly her little ass over there to Phoenix to face TPUSA with all these dumb accusations. Make it make sense. See? George, God is still trying to give you a way out. All right? You can take advantage of this opportunity and say, you know what? I'm leaving her. Yeah, we're getting a divorce. Don't make me go through some court documents and find a divorce petition. You can't make this up. Y'all, this is something else. All right, y'all, that's all we got. Tomorrow we're going to be back at it. We got more stuff to watch. And Tuesday, Joshua Carr will be joining us. And we'll have an opportunity to dive into his series and ask some questions. And hopefully he can give us some tea on some things. I know certain things he can't tell us, but whatever he can tell us, we're here to listen. And hopefully I'll be able to get Gary and hopefully for this Umar stuff going on, another what's his name? I want to make sure Gerald Palmer. He's been reporting on Umar since 2005 or something like that. He's been reporting on Umar for over 10 years. So we're bridging the gap and bringing in, all the veterans and the OGs has been reporting on the Umar Johnson con artist for over a decade into the LLC. So this week we'll confirm an interview and discussion with him. So we got a lot of exciting things coming up in the LLC. Make sure you guys tune in and check out the great content in the live streams if you can. Hopefully Tuesday. Shout out to all my great moms. If you guys can, please be in, and Joshua Carr will be with us. We want to have great dialogue and discussion, great questions, and not my chat spam to the candy ass cult members, because I could care less how you all feel. You all know that. Don't spam my chat on Tuesday. Ask Josh some questions and let's just be happy. All right. Have some regular conversations, because they always ask some questions, allegedly. They never ask questions. Candace, stop beating on George. His eyes black. You whooped his ass. I mean, good God. George, get out the house. Can't make this up. I'll see y'all tomorrow, though. We'll be at it tomorrow. And then Tuesday, we'll be back with Joshua Carr. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate all of you all. Shout out to you guys. And until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.